Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Land of Dreams and Nightmares. I am your Dungeon Master, Esper, and again, I have with us these five fine fellows. We're going to introduce ourselves real quick, do a recap, and then get into great peril and savage danger, because we have this tendency to end our sessions in the midst of incredibly complicated and harrowing situations. So we'll just go alphabetically. Adam, Dennis, Nick, Vince, Warsor.
I think Warsor is before me. No, yeah, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
What are you using?
Hey, I can use the sick card. I'm using my sick card.
Russian spy. Get him.
Lead us off, Adam. So, I'm Adam, and as before, I'm playing Kivish. He is a Circle of Dreams Dwarven Druid, and he is level 8.
Hey guys, my name is Dennis, and I play Lykar. He is a level 8 Storm Sorcerer.
Hello, I'm Nick. I play Harley, the level 7 Arcane Trickster Rogue, who hopefully won't die this session.
He's doing good so far.
We'll see. Nick, as I've been pointing out,
as is tradition, I have to die every 2 sessions.
Yeah, I have said I don't want you to, because we do need someone to.
I appreciate that you don't want me to die. Thank you.
All right, I am Vince. I play Drake Fell, the Shadow Monk Rogue.
And I'm Warsor. I play Captain Noxiqual, the human Hexblade Warlock.
And I'll be playing a bunch of monsters, NPCs, including Orgrim Halfgrey, Dwarf of the Emerald Mages. And I forgot to mention, everyone, Orgrim leveled up as well. He got another level. So, yes, he can now cast a 4th level spell. Otaluk's Resilient Sphere. So I'll read that one again while we're recapping. I believe Vince will be the one to start for recapping. He's also the one who got voted the inspiration at the end of last session.
We had that last time.
Thank you, guys. All right, so we pretty much started last session with us just booking it out of the tunnels after we had a long rest. We met up with the Dwarven army that was showing up. We were able to talk them into going for a prolonged siege with then overnight doing some raiding. I was Drake. Give me a second, I gotta get the names correct. Harley and Kivish all went on these raids, with Drake taking out an outpost, just literally burning it to the ground.
Yeah, you took out the outpost that's just right there
outside of the gates.
Outside the wall of bone. Yeah,
and Drake's main reasoning was not give them any strong points outside that we have to then take before we can hit the main wall. Let's just remove it as an obstacle.
So the entire host of Norgal's Rock arrived. There were some different opinions from the chieftains, and you all put in your bit, being the ones who have seen the inside of this place, the inside of Dirge Caverns, and you decided to go for the chieftain who wanted to surround the place with a siege, and in addition, your party is going to do some strategic hits. I think a few of you all scouted around a little bit overnight.
Yeah, it was
not overnight, but like
during the night.
Yeah, like evening time.
Yeah, it was me, Drake, and
Kivish.
Yeah. But you weren't finding too much. They're pretty well locked up tight, and the majority of the dwarves, or at least a lot of the dwarves, are inside of the hill. The gate is closed shut, but no one knew that you all were sneaking around because you were all invisible and flying through various means.
And shadow stepping.
Shadow stepping as well.
I'm burning down buildings.
Yeah. Drake has a minor in pyromancy flaw.
But there was no one inside that guard post, that frontmost barbican, because as it turns out, That was the station of the one
Of that patrol that we found.
the patrol that you all took out on your initial approach when you arrived at Dirge Tor.
Drake did steal whatever documents he could find and hand them over.
Mhm.
though.
So what happened next after your scouting?
We did rests, and then in the morning, we led a surgical strike back and through the route we came, while the main host launched another strike on the front gates. And as we were coming up to the Cavern of Bones, they heard us coming and started dropping boulders down a tunnel way. Which,
And you brought with you 8 dwarven infantrymen.
and the boulders
And-
pretty much just wiped those guys out.
I believe it was 3 or 4 of them. We'll say it's 4. I think it was 4 of them. They got pulverized by the 2 spherical stone boulders that were rolled down, and the other 4 managed to get out without being wounded.
Yeah, there are a few when Kivish briefly triaged them who could walk, and those ones have since run away.
And
Actually,
Drake,
the ones that you were trying to help were the ones that got smashed.
yeah,
It was the ones that just were in the back and just
That's
ran
right.
out to begin
That's
with.
right.
That they,
yeah, and then Drake
That's why you
bolted
shouldn't
back
feel
up the tunnel to try to stop any more from coming down after the first one, only to get flattened right when he got up there by the second one.
yeah. So you all are being met by quite the welcoming party. You've come back up that same sloping tunnel or ramping tunnel that you used the day prior, coming in through the back door, so to say, the old crypts. And you are up, you're heading up this tunnel, nearing the Cavern of Bones, where there was that huge fight against the Swamp Queen and her forces. And you're being met with quite a bit of resistance. So there are some dwarves up there, dwarven militiamen. There's a commanding soldier. They have a big, I don't know if you'd call it a siege weapon, but it's a big cart sort of thing loaded up with these stony spheres. And they're like, heave ho, and like down this ramp thing straight into the passageway. And it just goes rolling down, causing tremendous bludgeoning and smashing. Except for the rogue, who has evasion. He fared pretty well.
Yeah, I don't get down until next level, so lucky you.
So close. So I'm going to switch over to the battle map, and you're going to see some different stuff. And you'll probably see more stuff after that because, well, there are things. Okay, there's that. And here we are. Oop. Show. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. So, I believe I got this order correctly. Somebody correct me if I got it wrong.
I believe I'm actually behind Noxiqual because I sort of like went
You're behind Noxiqual?
My
Okay.
Tenor should be much further along than me.
No, because
Tanner's not
I
farther than
Oh,
you?
I'm gonna have to look at it.
Okay. We can rearrange this. I wasn't completely sure because we weren't even using this sort of stuff last
because
time.
I remember offering my hand to you, Noxiqual, and then you slapping it away, and then me going the
Right.
other
So
direction.
Nox, you're thinking that you're significantly behind the Tanaruk?
The Tenor should be almost at the top.
Yeah, and from my understanding, I
I
just
also
came out
should
of the.
be close to the top as well, I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that I thought that Drake was close to the top, the Tenor was close to the top.
I
and
remember
Noxiqual and I
Drake
were the
shadow
furthest back.
stepping and getting close to them, and then like boulder flattening. Like he got
I was
right there,
able to.
he-
I
thought I was
remember
60.
just literally coming out of the tunnel. I being right in front of the ramp because I was trying to figure out, do I have anything I can do? But I had no actions, no bonus actions left, so all I could do was just pray that I could dodge it with a high dex save.
All right. So you're thinking you're right in front of him.
Yeah, I was supposed to be.
Okay.
think- yeah.
And then Tanaruk is
Tenoruk's been moving each turn, and he can bonus action to move an extra 30 feet each turn towards an enemy.
okay. Tanaruk and Drake are both currently prone from getting smashed by the boulder. Do I have everyone else's positioning
Yeah,
looking
I'm,
about right? Lykar and Orgrim dimension doored like all the way up the tunnel.
And I believe I'm behind Noxiqual. further away.
You're behind Noxiqual? Okay.
Yes. Oh, okay.
All right.
I thought that I was almost to the top, but it's what it is.
This looks about right because Drake's really fast and the Tanaruk is really fast too.
It's fine. Yeah.
And Dennis, does that look right for Lykar and Orgrim?
You said
I think you were at like the base of the ramp and you like looked all the way up and teleported to the total opposite end up at the upper part of the slope.
as far up as we could.
Okay.
Mentioned door, you don't have to see where you're going. You could have gone into the main room if you wanted to.
Like I said, as far up as we could have went.
Would you have wanted to go inside the Cavern of Bones?
Can you teleport to somewhere where you
Correct.
Well, what you do with Dimension Doors, you designate like a direction and a distance, and you just go unless you are landing in like a solid object. Then you probably don't go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, yeah, up as far as I can go. I mean, I don't want to.
So here's
teleport into the midst of a half of an army.
Yeah, so that's really the question: is do you want to teleport up to the top of the sloping passage where you can see, or do you want to go out into the Cavern of Bones where you don't know exactly what's happening up there?
That's fine.
I'm good with there.
You like that? Okay.
Yep.
And Orgrim is bravely with you. You took him along, and he trusted you. So let's just roll some initiatives.
Woo!
Wait, you don't have our initiative from last time?
I don't think
Yeah, we
used
were-
initiatives.
We kind of did, somewhat. We kind of just went down a chain of actions.
Yeah, we didn't actually roll for initiative.
Yeah.
We did have initiative last time, I remember.
No.
So am I rolling?
Is this for everyone or just the people?
Yeah. Everyone roll for initiative.
Excellent.
20.
Noxiqual.
Not natural 20.
Like
Okay, I'm debating if I should use my inspiration to try to get a better initiative roll because I already have a high one, but I want to make sure I go first.
Alright, let me know when you're ready. For
As do I for my sneak attack and stuff.
Who's got the highest?
I have 20.
I got higher. I got 22.
All right, so we've got 22 Drake, 20 for Harley. Who's after that?
I have a 17. Is that next?
Okay, 17 Kivish,
I have an 18.
18 Lykar,
Tanaruk has a 14. Captain
14
Nox has a
Tanaruk,
This is actually good that the rogues
and what'd you get for Nox?
a 10.
10 Nox. And we've got a 10 as well for Orgrim. I'll put you in front of Orgrim. Okay. Now, see, Drake, you're right there. Lykar, you got a bit of a view as well. It's sloping, but you can see like in the immediate vicinity. Drake, you can actually get a much better view into the area. You see here the big bone pile, as you saw before. These circular things are large dwarven stony braziers that are crackling with light.
That looks scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
Are we dealing with? Oh my! Oh my!
Oh, guys.
These here each represent 5 dwarven militiamen.
Okay.
Here is a dwarven soldier or captain or something. He's the one barking the orders. Each of these larger skeletal tokens represents, I believe it's 20. Let me double check.
Oh Jesus!
I sense a disturbance in the force.
I sense many notes. There we are. Yes, those each represent 20 skeletons. They are dwarven skeletons. You've encountered them before. They just have little bits and scraps of armor. They have light hammers, short bows,
So the dwarven
basic
ones-
spears and little maces and stuff of that sort. They're not too well equipped. They seem just like basic skeletons.
But there's 20 each in each of those things.
Indeed.
Yikes.
This, you believe, is the skeletal company that you had heard of.
I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah, I am too.
I've got
No,
it.
you'll be fine. Just run in there and turn into an elk.
Yeah, I would like to turn into an elk right now, Esper, if that's okay with you.
So, Drake, you shadow step, and you get all the way up the slope, and you just hear this, and this boulder smashes you. It knocks you prone. You can see all this stuff directly in front of you. How do you react to that? What do you do?
Okay, so I'm going first. Okay, thank you. Give me a second. I gotta think on this. Can you zoom out so I can get like a view of what I can see,
Mm-hmm.
or at least what Drake can see?
You can probably see everything, right? I would assume.
Yeah, I figure I'd probably be able to see most.
There's a lot more to this cavern than we can see.
Yeah. You might not be able to see those 20 skeletons on the bottom, right?
I might be able to just see the tops.
You can just
portion.
kind of tell there's some
something.
skeletons over there. Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think? I mean, do you want to go forward? Does this look like suicide to you? They're guarding the rear entrance here.
I'm dropping an orb of darkness.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it on. Shoot, I gotta think on this one. I'm gonna drop it on the brazier.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 2 of my key points to drop it on that brazier.
Dwarves have dark vision, but they can't see through magical darkness.
Unless
All
they-
right. Darkness. Where is the darkness?
Well, we might be having a little illumination soon.
Yeah, fiery illumination.
I got my lightning storm too. That's pretty cool.
I think you're going to be MVP this session.
I was about to say, yeah, let's cover
Yeah.
some fireballs and stuff. Get rid of these. Those
Just keep. I say we just keep the choke point choked right there, so they can't come down, and
Well, after we get rid of the boulders, yes.
Yeah.
the board's going to be gone pretty
Actually,
quick.
hold on, Esper. I don't want to drop it on the brazier. If I
Okay.
can change that.
Where would you like to put your globe of darkness?
I want to actually drop it right on the entrance.
Okay.
Make sure it doesn't get on you.
Such as this?
A little bit more into the tunnel, so I'm just barely on the outside of it.
On the outside.
Or just on the inside. It doesn't matter. I just want to make sure they can't see me.
But you
Okay.
can't see either
Okay.
if you're on the inside.
That's fine. I don't need to see them for what I'm going to be doing.
All right. You focus your key energy, mutter a little word of power. Globe of darkness erupts around the dwarves. Ah!
All right, I am going to.
Do you speak Dwarven, Drake?
No, but soon I will, though.
It might slow them down because it's going to be hard to be a cohesive unit getting rocks onto a ramp
I was about to say.
in the pitch black.
Yeah.
There are dwarves like inside the cart where there's a pile of round stone. So it's literally just heave up the stone and roll it down.
It's still kind of hard to do stuff in the dark. Even if you know exactly what you're doing, you can't see each other. So you have to lift together.
Sure. Drake,
Yeah.
what else you got?
All right, I am going to use half my movement to get up.
Okay.
I'm going to do kind of those like fancy martial arts spin kick up.
Okay.
Or spin, like does that weird spin type thing to come up. Once up, I do technically have a short sword. I'm going to take it out and move and try to break part of this wagon so it starts leaning to one side.
Mhm.
So,
Was your darkness your action?
hold on, let me double check that because I'm not sure.
Well,
A monk has monk can do 2 attacks. So
Usually casting
As
a
an
spell
action.
though.
Yeah. So casting that spell is going to be your action. So you got your sword out. You've stood up. Do you want to hold your ground?
hold on 1 second. I have an extra attack.
Well, that's for
It
doing
still takes an
attacking.
action.
Yeah, so like an
Okay.
attack.
Not casting a spell.
action, yeah.
Otherwise, Lykar could cast like 2
It
fireballs.
specifically says when you look that up, you have to take the attack action to get that.
Yeah. Yeah, because the double
Okay,
attack.
yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
All right, so we'll say you're holding
Ye-
your ground there.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my ground. I'm gonna ready a bonus action actually, if I can do that.
You can't ready an action when you've already used your action.
No, a bonus action because I'm gonna ready my shadow step. If I can.
Ready?
So ready is an action,
Okay, so I
and
can't.
then you spend your reaction to trigger it.
Yeah, because what I was thinking of, I could use my shadow step
Yeah.
once I hear another.
You use your action to kind of like go into ready.
You could
Okay.
use your shadow step now if you wanted to, if it's a bonus.
No,
You can't
rather
see.
I can't see where I'd be stepping into.
Oh yikes!
Harley,
Darkness may hurt us more than you.
Harley, where is Harley?
Did I already die?
Have
Oh,
you
no.
disappeared? Where the heck did you get? Oh,
I'm a
he's right
rogue.
behind-
I rolled a very high stealth Esper.
Have we lost your mini?
Very-
Where are you? There you are. Oh,
Oh,
my gosh.
I was behind Noxiqual.
Okay.
You are.
Yeah.
All right, so you hear sounds up there. Do you speak Dwarven?
I do speak Dwarven.
Okay, so you hear the dwarves speaking to one another. Hold fast, men! They don't seem like they are forfeiting or yielding or anything of that nature. It sounds like there are a decent number of them up there.
Oh boy. I don't know much I can do here, actually. I don't think it's a good idea for me to be in the very front there. So I'm not very tanky. I guess I will, oh man. Could you zoom in a little bit more on like, the walkway where we're all at? I guess I will, I guess I'll move up to, next to Olgrim. And then I suppose I guess I'll just believe I have a bow on me. Yeah, I have a short bow. I guess I'll ready a short bow as like ready a short bow for my action to like if any dwarf like gets into my line of sight or my range, I'll just shoot my short bow at it.
Okay, you knock your arrow and hold. Drake, you hear the clinking and clattering of bones. They're doing something. Lykar.
Thank God.
Oh boy. Well, I think we're going to have to start thinning the herd here pretty quick. No, even though I can't completely see in there anymore, I kind of know the layout. I can still cast a spell on there just fine, right?
I believe you'd have disadvantage on the
It
attack.
just depends on the spell. Which one you thinking? If you're thinking fireball, I'm sure you can just lob a fireball in there.
Yeah, that's
Pretty sure
my
you don't have to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
intention is to lob a fireball.
Yeah. Okay. Lykar sends his crackling bead of flame into the dark globe. There is a whoosh, and the ever so pleasant smell of dwarven hair burning.
Roll some damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
There are also screams of agony. And
I guess Drake's gonna just duck once he hears it coming over his head.
He may have aimed it so it doesn't get you.
well, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully. I don't know. He can't see you.
seems reasonable that he put it far. Well,
He doesn't really know where you are.
Lykar, let me ask you a question. Would you rather play it safe and possibly not hit all the dwarves, or would you like to try to hit the maximum amount of dwarves, but possibly also your friend?
Like,
Well,
hit them all.
Just because I gave you
Go
shades.
back, don't worry.
I'm trying
This new
to
guy.
just get it so it's in the chamber. I definitely want to get where the cart is. That's my main focus is the cart. So, I mean, I don't want to hit Drake.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check.
Okay. Do I have any plus on my intelligence? I don't think so. I think I'm dumb. Yeah, 10. So I got an 18.
18. Okay. You hear many a dwarf screaming, and Drake, you are not caught in the blast. Go ahead and roll up. Go ahead and roll up that fireball.
Yep, I got it right here. So
All right.
12, 22.
Everything okay up there, Drake?
This one is unhurt, mostly.
35.
Woo! All right. Shrieking, screaming dwarven militiamen. It's not pretty. Oh, it's not pretty, and it smells even worse.
Smells
35?
smells like a bad
Yep.
barbecue up
Okay.
here.
12.
That's the thing.
This one does not enjoy that smell.
Yep, 35.
I'm just going to roll one.
My voices are off.
Just going to roll one dexterity saving throw here. Failure.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah, there was a lot of shrieking and screaming and howling, and it seems like you did some tremendous damage with that. Do you hold your ground? Anything else?
Yeah, I'm not going to go first this time, so I'll just grab Orgrim and go get him.
Kivish, what would you like to do?
All right, so Kivish, being way back in the way back, is gonna mutter half of a dwarven conversation between himself and his druidic focus, and is gonna run up there to where Noxiqual is and come up behind him, tap him on the shoulder, and say, "Tag, you're it," and cast as a upcast second level Long Strider on both of them.
Oh, nice.
Long Strider. Okay, so the both of you are now quicker
What does that
Yep.
do?
in your strides. Tenaruk, he is currently prone, but he smells the smell of singed dwarf flesh.
Oh yeah, he'll stand up for half his first movement. 15 feet forward. He's going. He saw them where they were.
Mm.
So he's just going right past the monk.
Mm-hmm. He hurtles into the darkness, seeking foes that he can find.
And he's gonna just attack blindly. Probably at the ones on the cart.
Make an athletics check for Tenaruk.
Athletics check for Tanaruk.
Do I need to make any check?
You do not.
He got a 5. So
Tenaruk fumbles around with the cart barricade, and we'll just have him attack that.
Sure. So
Give him disadvantage.
disadvantage on each of these attacks. Got it.
Yeah.
So let's see. He makes a bite and a great sword. So the bite with disadvantage. As a miss, he rolled a 1 on one of the dice for the bite, and then he's using his great sword. Wow, just a 10.
All right, so you all basically hear this. Crash. So that's whatever that was. Oof. There are the shrieking sound of the dwarves who have been incinerated. Mm-hmm. Noxiqual, it's your turn.
Cool. Noxiqual, I'd like to move up the tunnel. What my 30 feet can get me. And with my dark vision, I can see into that magical darkness.
Ooh.
So can
Very
you
nice.
tell me what I see?
You see many charred dwarves.
Without the boulder contraption. That's what I need to know.
There we go. Got him. Those guys are dead.
Oh, nice.
Including the ones on the boulder flinging contraption?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they were militiamen. They are not trained soldiers or of particularly hearty stock. The Tanaruk is fumbling around in a rage. He seems to have tripped and stumbled, and it's serving as a barricade essentially. It has been scorched by the fireball. It still is intact, but it's damaged.
That's fine. What does Long Strider do? I need to know that. I don't have the spell.
10 feet, right? 10 additional feet?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right, so
Then
you
I
still
guess
have
I
10 more feet of movement.
Yeah, if I can, I'd like to move carefully, because I can see where I'm going, up onto the, and around.
Okay, you step next to the Tanaruk. I guess I should make a saving throw for him.
Yeah, go right ahead. He's got a -1 to save.
How's a 4 doing it?
No, that does not make it. So he's
All
still
right.
pretty much.
All right, so essentially you're climbing over the cart barricade with more
gun action.
with more finesse than the
Tanaruk. He
than
was
the-
just
than the orc
trying to
demon.
push his way through it, or hack his way through it in this case. I like this darkness. I say to my allies close by me, I say, well done, all the dwarves, except for the one commander seem to be dead. Do not dismiss your darkness. I can use this. And then I'm going to start flinging with Sombras some Eldritch Blasts at that commander dwarf.
Excellent.
He
Yeah, you see
seems-
the commander's there. He got singed quite a bit, but he is not defeated, not yet at least. You also see a number of dwarven skeletons that seem to be readied to fling or hurl ranged attacks at anything they can see.
Excellent. I command the Tanaruk for his next action to just push the cart forward out of the way, instead of trying to bash his way through it. So I tell him what to do.
Sure.
And
There
then-
is also the great bone pile.
Yeah,
It's
which
difficult terrain.
I'm standing on the cart though, so that's
Yeah, I'm just letting
hopefully
you know.
not difficult. Yeah, absolutely. We'll push this cart through it. I'm gonna attack with advantage on the dwarven commander, assuming he can't see me.
Yep.
All right, that's going to be somewhere in the 20s, 26 or so.
Oh yes, he is equipped with scale mail, a shield. He has a
And there's a crit
warhammer.
in a second. So, first attack was a 26. The second was a nat 20. So, crit.
Hmm,
Is there any reason I shouldn't add the damage together for the force damage?
go for it.
So, between the crit and the regular attack, there's a total of not great dice rolls. 19 force damage.
You have seriously wounded that dwarven commander there.
Yep.
He shouts to you
guess-
dwarven curses.
I can't understand him currently. I have a bonus action, but I want to kind of save my good stuff because I know we're going to need it. So yeah, I'm done. Just reserving the right to say free actions if, people ask me a question to get into the darkness, stuff like that.
Orgrim Halfgrey. He is going to cast haste on his buddy Lykar. Move with haste. Slay the foes. May the winds be at your backs. And you now are feeling much more hasty. All right. And he holds his position. The soldier's turn. He is going to start wading through the bone pile in an attempt to get out of this terrible, terrible position that he is currently in. Oh, I guess one can do such a thing as dash. Okay. We're back to Drake.
All right.
You hear the clattering of bones being shifted as the dwarf moves through.
All right, so I got to think here for a second.
These squares are 10 feet.
They are.
Okay.
All right, he's going to ask at least Noxiqual what he can see. This one wonders what you can see, Noxiqual.
I'll
hold
say
on.
that quietly to you because I don't want to let them overhear our plans. Too often you shout your plans and the enemy's like, I have ears.
All right, wait, hold on. Let me redo that because he's going to pronounce your name wrong. Noxiqual. Noxiqual, what do you see?
There are many skeletons with ready javelins outside the shadows that you have summoned. The leader is retreating, but he won't get far before I kill him.
And of the cart?
The dwarves are dead, but it's still in the way.
All right, Drake's gonna drop the the sword that he has, and then use his movement to move along the wall on the right hand side. He doesn't need it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to take it as a starting equipment.
All right. Make an athletics check
Okay.
as you're encountering some stoppage here, as well as a couple allies.
Yeah. 15.
Okay. So we'll count that as 10 feet of movement, 20, 30.
I got 45 in total.
Very good.
40.
Just the edge of the darkness.
Yeah, you're just on the verge of the darkness with your speed.
Okay, that's perfect.
You hear the dwarf shuffling a little ways in front of you through the bones.
And then, all right, and I guess I'll take a defensive posture.
Okay.
Nice. It's a good one.
Harley.
Is it possible for me to how much would it take for me to get or movement? Could it, like if I move right outside of the darkness, would I be able to have line of sight on the dwarf?
If you get just outside of the darkness?
Yeah, like not like on the right side, but like on the left side. If I'm like right on the edge of it, would I have line of
No,
sight?
you can't see through the darkness. The
Oh, you
darkness
can't
is
even see through
pitch
that.
black.
Yeah.
It's so picture a giant ball of black, and that's what it is.
Oh, this
It
darkness
would
is
defeat the
really
purpose
hard.
of
Yeah.
darkness if you could see through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the weirdest spells out there, but it's also very useful if done right.
5e, it's way powerful.
If I use
Yeah, it's extremely powerful.
Can I? Is it possible for me to get to where Drake is, or like above him? Because I have, I can use my bonus action for a dash action, and I'm not. I
Can't
shouldn't be
you
affected
float
by
above the ground?
Yeah, exactly. I shouldn't be affected by the terrain since I have my flying boots.
You can't.
What's your speed?
With the bonus action, dash should be 60.
Okay, nice. So there's 30 feet there, and so you can still go 30 more feet with your dash.
Mm-hmm.
Which way would you like to go?
I'll go up to where Drake is, a little bit ahead. I think I can make it since I can fly over the rough terrain.
Are you want to stay inside the darkness?
That's a good question. Would I have
How
enough
much
movement
does he have
would
when
I
he
was gonna say,
gets
would I have
there?
enough movement to get out, shoot, and then go back in?
10, 20. There's 20 feet would be there.
All right, so could I move like another 25 out of the darkness, shoot the dwarf, and then my other 5 feet to get to the 30 to go back into the darkness and hide? All right.
It works if you got the movement, yeah.
You pop out, and the dwarf is trying to save his quickly fleeting life.
Would this be
Point of order, the readied actions of the skeletons would go
I don't know
off.
if this would be considered a sneak attack or not.
Well, I will
make a stealth check.
Okay.
If you had to hide, yes, you would.
Hold on. That's 10. That's 19.
Okay, go ahead. You have advantage on your attack. You sneakily come out of the shadow globe and fire at the fleeing dwarf.
And that's a horrible, horrible roll. Oh wait, it's advantage. Oh, I get another roll. Oh, that's better. 17.
17 is what you needed.
Yes. Victory. All right, let me get. Okay, I should have got my dice out. All right, so this is 1d6 for the short bow, and then I also add 4d6 for my sneak attack. 2, 3, 4, and then also the +4 for the dex. That is 6, 11, 15, 18, 22 +4, so 26 damage.
Your arrow flies and strikes like right at the gap between some of his armor, just penetrates straight through into, I don't know, a lung, his heart, maybe even an artery somewhere in there. Blood gurgles out of his mouth. He screams. He falls into the bones, slain. And as this is happening, there is a volley of ranged attacks at you.
Now, the one up at the top of the darkness may not be able to see him.
Yeah, I kind of did a little lining. The one
not
at the top,
every skeleton can see you, so you're
the
not getting
two topmost
every
can.
single one.
The two topmost can see him. The others don't look like they have line of sight.
Since it's a volley, is this considered a an area of effect?
It's not an area of effect, no.
It's probably like a single attack.
It's kind of like an area effect, but it's a bunch of single attacks all at once.
Yeah.
So you're actually rolling each individual attack. I thought you.
I'm going to use the mob rules again. All right, so I'm going to say 20 plus 5 of these guys plus 10 of these guys. Sounds right? Yeah, sounds good to me. So 35. What is your AC?
I'll use. Oh, is this a 35 for? Is this the attack roll?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That's just the number of skeleton attacks.
My AC is 15.
Your AC is 15. Okay. Bear with me for just a moment.
Fine.
All right. So 15?
Yes.
Okay. So they need. Oh my.
Here's where your character.
Oh my
died.
goodness.
Oh my god. Harley, why did you do this?
I didn't know that they had readied attacks.
Yeah.
And the terrible thing is, this is just like last.
Oh, no.
Oh my
It
goodness.
is! It is! Oh my gosh, you had one action. Oh.
Oh, Harley.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
Your next character will be much better.
Oh my god, don't tell me I made a running joke.
It was foretold. I don't know what to say.
Esper, just
You're-
say what the damage.
You're probably just turned into a living pin cushion. All right. Oh my
the dice
god.
fall where they may. We knew.
Wait, would they have
Alright.
disadvantage since I was hidden?
They had a ready action.
You're hidden, and then they see you, and that triggers their reaction.
Okay.
See, you were hidden up to the point when you shot that guy, and then they're like, "Oh, there he is."
Here, let's say not 10 from this group. I don't think half of them can see you. I'll say just 5 from this group. So 5, 20 equals 30. 30 of them, and they just have to get that to hit you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bear with me a second here. I got to pick up a lot of dice. Oh my goodness. Oh, Harley.
That just sounds terrible.
Yeah.
What's your maximum hit points? How many hit points do you have right now?
49.
Oh god.
Oh, you're a rogue, right?
Yeah, I have uncanny dodge also.
Okay. Yeah. Remember to
Half
use uncanny
damage.
dodge.
Yeah.
Uncanny dodge is which one?
I take half damage.
On a single attack.
Yeah, on attack.
Can't believe it. They all rolled a 20.
All right, you ready for this? Let's go. 8 damage.
Oh shit.
Don't forget my temporary hit points.
11, 14, 23, 27, 32, 38, 41. Are you still up?
Yeah, I have 49.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You're just completely demolished.
Oh my goodness. Do I not take half damage?
There's still like
You take half damage on one attack.
yeah, you
Plus,
take
did
half
you
damage
remember
from
the
one
14
of them.
temporary-
Yeah, I didn't know that they had readied their action. I wouldn't have actually come out if I knew that.
I mean, would your character have known that though?
Yeah, I don't think your character was quite aware. Yeah, there's still like 6 more hits after that. So there's just a barrage of a skeleton company.
Now wait a second. When he goes down, they have disadvantage technically. If you know what I mean.
That's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. All right.
Like,
Yeah. Okay, so
you might be alive.
where was that on the count? Anyone remember?
Also,
43, I think.
Yeah.
43. Okay.
And
Also,
Nick, are you adding in the bonus hit
I
points as well?
already did, yeah. 49
Okay, good.
with the temporary hit points.
Okay. 49. And that takes you down, right?
Yeah, 49 takes me down.
Okay, so I'm actually going to roll
disadvantage. Let's see if it misses.
5.
Well, one of those hits would be half.
Well, I mean, they would have advantage because he's unconscious.
Well, half the damage
I
on one
thought
of
the
these.
I thought the advantage was only when they were right on top of them.
If
Doing a
someone's
melee hit.
unconscious, I think you just grant advantage. Period.
No.
No, I thought it was when it was a melee on top of them.
When
Okay,
you're melee within 5 feet, it says it.
Yeah, whereas shooting at a prone target is disadvantage. I think it's just a net of 1 disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. Attack rolls against an unconscious creature have advantage.
I thought it was only melee attacks.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the player's handbook right now. I mean, you're unconscious. I mean, come on.
Okay.
You can't move your body.
I don't think
So-
they're critical though, as far as I'm aware.
Critical, that's the one that's within.
Yeah.
5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because he still gets shot 5 times.
Okay.
After fall.
I tried.
Oh my god!
I believe I'm just unconscious though. I shouldn't be entirely dead.
You go unconscious, then you get hit
Get
5
hit 5 more times.
with
is what he's
5
saying.
more hammers, arrows, javelins.
I'm sorry, Nick. I did not mean to start a freaking
Oh, no.
running gag.
I mean, technically, we didn't know Harley that well. There could be another character very similar to Harley that we meet.
Oh
Sure.
my god! All right, let's move on. War is hell.
Wait, so
you
am
know that-
am I actually completely dead?
You're
you
dead.
are wasted,
Okay,
man.
I'm-
You just
I'm
got
probably-
blasted
I'm
by
probably
15
gonna-
skeletons.
I'm gonna head out then. I don't really have anything else to do.
Well, you do know that Harley has a twin brother, Farley, right?
Davidson.
Yeah, there you go.
Shit, man.
Would you like to play Orgrim?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna go play some Super Smash Brothers.
I'm sorry, Nick.
No, it's okay. I mean, I just didn't know they had ready their actions. I wouldn't have gone out if I knew that. Like, I would not have done that because I would have known there would have been like 30 arrows shooting at me.
Yeah.
I thought that they hadn't even taken a turn yet. But no.
Well, as Warsor pointed out, it's not something Harley would have known either. Fate.
Honestly, I would have done something like that's entirely a mistake that I could have made and instantly died too.
Fate has been a cruel mistress.
I was hoping that no one was going to pop out though. Like I was going to send the Tanaruk out and let him take all the attacks.
Yeah, I wasn't going to pop out because like I knew that there was a lot of enemies and I was just gonna. That's why I was asking about like the 5 feet thing so I could go out, shoot, and then go back in. But I didn't realize
I
that
know
they
you
read
really
directions.
like Harley though. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna head out. You guys have fun.
I'm I'll send another apology later, Nick. I am truly sorry. I meant it.
It's
as-
not your fault. It's not
It
your
was
fault.
literally, I know, but I meant it as in a joking manner that it was going to happen, and I did not realize it was going to come true.
Yeah. It's okay.
At this point, Nick, you might want to start just making a list of characters. I'm sorry.
Next character is the most broken min-max, unkillable character. Still dies. Second.
Well, this character actually was actually pretty min-maxed. Like he wasn't.
Yeah,
he
no,
wasn't-
it seemed
but,
pretty
like, I mean,
good.
again,
Yeah.
like, if I knew that they had ready their actions, I wouldn't have gone out.
We're going up against mobs right now, and yeah, they're rough.
Yeah, that's like when Esper showed us the map and like all these mobs, it's like, oh shit.
Stay in the darkness. Stay in the darkness.
Well, that's what I was going to do. Like I didn't know that they had ready their actions.
that was to Drake more.
Oh, that's right. You would see. So Drake's
Yeah,
just gonna.
I shout to Drake, "Stay in the darkness." I say he's dead.
Out of curiosity, would Drake hear Harley hit the ground?
Yes, it would have been probably pretty obvious that
Okay.
Harley was
Noxiqual just says he's dead.
Okay.
dispatched of by the rear guard, the skeletal guardians of the Cavern of Bones.
Just got impaled by 11 javelins. He's dead.
He's just sleeping.
Mostly dead, or just somewhat dead.
One of the chatters was like, "You guys need a healer or a fighter." Yeah, we could definitely use some martial or
The fighter would have died there too.
The fighter would have.
Yeah,
I think we need a healer more than a fighter.
yeah.
I
Well, fighter
have.
might have had a higher AC. I don't know.
I have-
Dennis can-
I have 20 on my AC. I don't know what they hit with.
You have 20 AC.
Yeah.
Let's get back into the combat though, so we
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's,
we're
let's
starting a
let's
micro here.
press ahead, and we'll chat with Nick later on, and we'll figure out the later steps for
Nick,
that.
please come back by the end of the session. We can
I'll come back
definitely
after
talk
the
about it.
session.
Yeah. Come back,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Seriously.
we'll do a group huddle.
All right.
Let's move things along. Let's see. There are sounds of skeletons clattering. I guess, Nox, you can see through the darkness.
Can.
There is also a voice.
Is it the skeleton?
Remind me, do you speak Dwarvish?
I do not speak Dwarven.
Not speak Dwarvish. Okay. There's just a couple words in Dwarvish that come echoing out from farther in the Cavern of Bones.
Someone speaks it though, and probably hears it.
All right.
Yeah, how far is earshot?
Where
sure
are
it's pretty
you
loud.
at, Kivish?
Way back still. From
And
where
Orgrim
I-
is there too. Okay. So
Playing
you and Orgrim both hear someone commanding some of the skeletons to fall back and ready another volley.
Hmm.
And Noxiqual, you can plainly see it.
See them. Yep. Do
And
I
they-
see who's ordering them?
You do not see who that was.
That's fine.
Where are we at here? Yeah.
I'm for the plan of stay safe and destroy as many as possible. Because I have a good move here.
Do skeletons stay? Do they see invisible?
No,
See invisibility? Not that you know of.
not without some other magic.
They are primed again with throwing hammers, javelins, short bows, light crossbows, whatever piecemeal armaments they have at their disposal.
Yeah.
Lykar, it is your turn.
I think I'm just gonna move up a bit. I don't think I want to because I can't see where all the other the groups are. Can I?
You cannot see through the darkness.
Yeah. So, got it.
I'll say to Drake, keep this darkness going, and I'll handle a bunch of these skeletons.
Yeah, I'm just going to move up a little bit. I don't want to move up all the way to the entrance, just where I can get a better view of like more into the chamber, like about 3/4 of a square up.
10,
Yeah, right about
15,
there.
20. All right, there's 20 feet of speed there.
I don't want to go too far because
We may have to fall back a little bit after. Like, it all depends. Resource-wise, we just lost a whole character who had.
I know I feel terrible for Nick.
I honestly feel.
I was wondering what he was doing. I was like, it just doesn't look when you got 100 skeletons out there.
Well, he didn't necessarily know. He didn't see everything. Remember, he was behind me the whole time. Well, he overheard out of game, but his character really probably would have acted similar if he was trying to show on, do his thing.
Well, this probably saved Drake's life.
We can analyze this later. I'm sure there's many different things that could have gone some other way. But we'll save that for later on. Let's keep things moving forward for now.
What you got?
Lykar, you've moved into the globe of darkness. Are you going to try to press forward? Do you want to use a spell? You've got haste on you, so you're faster. You have an extra action that you can use to do like a dash or a regular attack.
Well, I can't see any of the enemies, so
I can tell you where they are if you can throw a fireball. Can I do that?
You can talk to them. I mean, you can give them little bits. It's not your turn, but you can talk a little bit.
30 feet to
but-
the north.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Specifically, Lykar, you have +2 to your AC. You have advantage on Dex saves. Your speed is doubled, and you have an extra action. That action, you can use it to make one weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or interact with an object. This is going to last for 1 minute.
Okay. I mean, if you think that would work, based upon like him spotting damage for me, and I can fling out.
I will shout, there's 20 skeletons 30 feet above the carts, to the north.
I mean, do I have to physically see where I'm putting my fireball, or can I just flick it?
Seems pretty good. Do you want to sling another fireball?
Yeah, if that seems feasible to you, I'll
Okay.
flick
You
one
follow
out.
Noxiqual's command. Skeletons. It's only skeletons. I'm not going to have you roll. They're taken out. They just cannot withstand that. It's too much for them. So they clatter and scatter and fall to the ground.
No, Violet, no.
You still have an action, man, if you want to do something. You can do one attack, or you can kind of like move around, interact with something. You don't really do weapon attacks, so I know that doesn't help you in that way at the moment.
No, but like I said, if I could see them, I could nuke them again, but I can't, so...
I think staying there is probably a good plan.
Yeah.
Do you want to poke your head out of the darkness?
No.
No.
Okay.
That's
Right,
terrible.
so we'll say you take dodge with your action, yeah?
I'll just just back up a smidge, and then in case anybody wants to get around me, I'm not in the way.
All right, sounds good. Kivish.
All right. So he is going to try and get himself in a little bit better position by moving potentially up to a dash. Let's see, how far would 35 feet get him right now? That's would that get him to the cart, I think?
Oh, where be ye, Kivish? There you be. All
Do you have
right.
Longstrider?
10, 20, 30. That would be going into 40 there because it's like your second diagonal. So there's a move.
All right. Well, the range is 120 feet, so I wonder if he could get Noxiqual to try and describe an accurate set of coordinates.
Are you trying to entangle or something?
Don't you have that fire
Or
orb you could roll around?
I do
Yes,
indeed.
I'm pretty sure.
I also have like a bomb.
Roll it that way. Roll it that way.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good idea. Yeah. That one I can move around. Erupting Earth only erupts once. Yeah, I'll cast a what's this called? An orb of fire.
Flaming sphere.
Flaming sphere. That's right. In the sort of north by northeastern quadrant of that sphere of darkness, or roughly thereabouts.
All right.
And
I will create for you a flaming sphere.
yeah, he also, I believe, might try to upcast that. Yeah, he'll burn a third level, so he can do 3d6 per thing with that.
All right.
And you didn't cast the darkness on like the cart or something. You can move
Yeah.
with it.
Indeed, that would be swell.
I can cast
right.
it 2 more
Give
times.
me a general idea of where your flaming sphere ends up.
All right, so the initial casting range is, I believe, 60 feet. Yes, and then I think it's probably just going to show up there, and then I can move it.
Okay, so you just want to like cast it out 60 feet in front of you, like that, right? Going through the
Oh
tunnel.
no! Actually, it is a bonus action to move it up to 30 feet, so I can then move it as a bonus action.
So 60 feet.
Yes, 60 feet in front of me, and then is that where it is? That's 10 feet.
Well, you can't see it, but I want to know where it's at.
Yeah.
Where did we go?
So I should know where it's at too, though.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, you
there
can
it
see
is.
it.
I say north. They're trying to escape. Just roll it to the north.
To the north, then.
All right.
We will guide it.
What's the speed on it?
It moves up to 30 feet.
All right, so you start ramming into some of these skeletons. Do they make dexterity saving throws?
I believe they do.
Yep. Did you cast it at a higher spell slot?
I did, yeah.
Third level?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bleep, bleep. Roll a d6. That's how many skeletons you're ramming it into.
6.
All right. Dexterity saving throws. We got 18 and 19. 18 and 19?
Well, yeah, those make it.
Okay. 18 and 4. 13 and 11. So it sounds like 3 failed, 3 succeeded.
Yeah. Yeah, there were 2 18s, you said? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then indeed. So those 3 are going to take a grand total of 15 each.
Okay. And is it like half damage on a miss?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
7.
7. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Noxiqual, you see that is certainly having some effect there. A few of the skeletons fell down, were destroyed by that. Some others were singed. Let's move it to Tanaruk. Tanaruk, the Rager. Tanaruk, the Fumbly.
He has his orders. He's going to try and push the cart out of the way. That's his turn. So strength check, I assume.
Yep.
I'm just going to roll it. 13, unless he has some special thing that I'm not.
He struggles. It is a heavy cart and bones. He does not push it.
All right. He kind of is like, so he fails his turn, and I'm probably going to unsummon him after he makes one more saving throw because,
He has a grand total of 2 on a charisma saving throw.
he's totally under my dominion.
All right.
I have another concentration spell in mind.
Okay. Noxiqual.
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to give you a perception check, Noxiqual.
Sure. Let me use different d20. Let's see. I haven't used you. Yeah, that's all right. What's my bonus for Noxiqual? Not great. A total of 18.
Okay. You see a bunch of skeletons with their weapons ready. Do you also hear some quiet murmuring in dwarven voices over this way?
Where do I see the skeletons with their weapons ready?
Oh, I was just commenting upon the ones in front of you here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. But then I hear, like, murmuring behind the wall. Yeah, I know that, like, the wall, if they had something that's up here, it makes perfect sense for me that they'd have more people back by the wall. Yeah, that's cool. But it's my turn now. And Tanaruk has failed me pretty good. I'm gonna move up next to Drake. That's who I meant. Yeah. So I can like reach out and touch Drake, but I'm not going to. I just wanted to be that close.
All right, there's 20 feet there.
Yeah. However close I can get if I can't make it all the way. But yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, I just gotta look up the range on the spell.
Would I be able to tell that he's right behind me?
Yeah, you can hear him.
I
Okay.
tap you on the shoulder and just say, I'm here.
Tag, you're it.
30-foot radius sphere, so it could cover 60. That's pretty good. All right. I am going to cast my Sickening Radiance spell right between those top two because it's a 30-foot radius. It's like a light source too. You could
Yep. What's the size of it? 30-foot radius?
30-foot radius. So if I put it between the two of them, it should get them.
Okay, 30-foot radius. That's really big.
It is, right?
Wow. Okay. I
So
believe
it's like
that's
it
a
goes
30-foot
60
radius.
feet across.
Yep.
Holy shit. Can I get all three of those skeleton mobs?
What color would you like your light to be?
Sickening color.
Sickening color? Okay.
Green.
Yeah, I was going to say that you would want green, I think.
I'm colorblind, so if you tell me it's green, I'll believe you.
That's
The
pretty green right there.
the exact color of a marshmallow peep after you've already eaten 50 of
Move
them.
it. Move it to
Oh,
the left so I can.
Please, no.
Oh, God.
God, I'm still trying to recover. Please don't give me that image. I don't want to have to pull the sick card again.
All right. There we go.
That's a pretty sickening color.
All right, I like it. Loving it. Get the spell up so I can read it. So, 30-foot radius sphere centered on the point you choose. Light spreads around corners and lasts until the spell ends.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So it even says it spreads around corners, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
It is. They got these guys hiding.
So,
Oh yeah.
are you
Yeah,
wanting to do
all
something
of
like this?
Yeah, maybe a little. Yeah, no, that's really good. Like you could move it a little more north, but I'm like, it's gonna get them. You know, they're a mob of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So
Does this end the concentration on Tenruk?
it does. He goes away.
Okay.
So let me use up. Wish I could do this more, but this is my.
Thanks for nothing.
I mean, he did what he could do. It was bad. It was a foolish move on my part, but it probably saved my life because if I had teleported up there, that would not have gone well. So creature moves in the spell's area for the first time or starts their turn there. That creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, take 4d10 radiant damage, suffers 1 level of exhaustion. It emits a dim greenish light
Wow.
in a 5-foot radius. This light makes it impossible for creatures to benefit from being invisible. So if that skeleton guy with the bow is invisible for some reason and hiding in that area, he's gonna get all green.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Excellent spell. Orgrim himself. Oh, he's casting spells in there. Oh, that witchy one. Good thing he's on our side. Gosh.
Feel like there's like a
There's
glow.
darkness ahead. He's not quite sure what's happening up there. I believe our good friend Orgrim Halfgrey is going to use the dodge action.
Yeah. I say everyone hold until I say otherwise. Guess it's at the start of their turn.
Drake fell.
Yeah, give me a second. I want to look up a spell real quick.
You're good. You want to see darkness?
Yeah, I want to see if I can move my current one, but I don't think I can. I just want to double check.
No, it
I
has
believe
to
it's
cast on
stationary.
object.
Okay. Yeah, this is why I was wanting to double check.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there was another one I need to check up. Minor illusion, because I got something boiling in my head.
I know that one because I've played a character that used it quite a bit.
Okay. I just want to read it to make sure I'm not.
You make a still image. It can be up to medium size.
Could be a sound.
It could be a sound
Okay.
as well.
Yeah. See that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking is with the sound.
Okay. Create a sound. Its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, the beating of drums, or any other sound you choose. Sound continues unabated throughout the duration. or you can make discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends.
Okay. Now, would I be
One of
able
my
to?
personal favorite cantrips, by the way.
Would I be able to replicate the Swamp Queen's voice?
Did you hear this one? I think
I did.
you speak.
Okay.
Dwarvish?
So, and what would you like to say in the Swamp Queen's voice?
Throw down your weapons. It's lost. I failed to them already. You will fall to them as well.
Ah, excellent. Make
Deception.
a deception check.
Okay. That's a charisma. Shoot, this is not going to be good. Okay.
You chose your path.
Yeah. But this is what I want to do. Okay. I'm going to use my inspiration on this
Uh-huh.
because it's going to be an 8 otherwise.
Just to be clear, this isn't a concentration spell, minor illusion, right?
Mm,
Because I don't want your dark.
yeah, it's a cantrip.
Okay, but it's not concentration.
Is it concentration?
I don't think so. It just tells me I cast it as a cantrip.
That doesn't matter. I'll look it up
It
real
is,
quick.
it is not concentration. It lasts up to 1 minute just
Yeah.
on its own. Okay, what'd you get on your
I got to do my second roll still. Sorry.
Ah.
Shoot. That's even worse. So it's the first roll, the second. I got to give the second roll, I think, right?
Whichever one's better.
8.
8. Okay. So you cast your minor illusion and it comes about out a bit like, everything is lost. I be the Swamp Queen. Get out of here. A couple skeletons look at each other like, but by and large, they seem unfit. It was a good idea.
Yeah.
It was.
But technically, I can keep throwing it around different
I've
amount of
seen
times.
worse ideas. I've definitely seen worse.
I'm just going to take a dodge action.
Noxiqual, remind me
Oh,
what.
wait. He's going to ask Noxiqual. Did it work?
I shake my head, realizing you can't see that, but I just say nothing. Like,
Damn.
no.
Then Drake's just going to take a dodge action.
Or you had a
Okay, you're going to use the patient defense,
No, I'm not going to spend a key. I'm just going to do the standard.
but you used your action on minor illusion.
That's it. Oh, I did. Shoot.
just don't do it. You're in darkness, unless
Yeah,
it's
I'll just.
darkness.
That's my turn.
Okay,
I forgot that's an action.
so let's talk about them starting their turn in Sickening Radiance. They make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep, and I think if they fail it, then they take 4d10 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
the
a
vulnerable
good
to
spell.
I love this spell. Let's see, sickening. Yep. Look, it's like it's an all or nothing. There's no half damage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty typical because it's a long duration and it's just a continuous damage over duration.
Oh yeah.
What
Is that
spell?
one? Is that one in Xanathar's guide?
It is in Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Okay. There's someone in my home camp. The sorcerer in my home campaign is
You
you.
just used it. You said that.
Yeah. I remember this one. It kind of screwed over somebody.
What spell is this?
It's in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. It's called Sickening Radiance.
Yes.
This is
I gotta get that book.
radius of light that deals radiant damage. It gives them a level of exhaustion while the spell is in effect, and also it makes them glow so they can't be invisible.
It can stack exhaustion levels because each time they fail to save, they take
Mhm.
a level of exhaustion.
All right. Roll up the damage on that, would you?
Yep, got it right here for you. Ooh, that's some nice damage. Above average. Let's see. So we're gonna add that to that. 28 radiant damage.
Okay. You have just wrecked a lot of skeletons. A lot of skeletons.
I can see this.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna make
So
some.
there was like
notes.
60 skeletons before. Roughly how many would you say there are now?
Substantially less. All right, give me a second here.
That's fine. I don't even think the ones in the back can get through it, you know, if they were trying to run through it. But I think they have to follow their orders.
All right. This might be easier. I think I have some individual skeletons. Yes, I do. Okay, cool. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, this is my one fireball spell that I took so that Lykar doesn't have to use all his spell slots during
It's a huge fireball. What's the radius?
Yeah, that's a monster ball.
30-foot radius. So
Yeah,
60
this.
feet across.
It is quite
I
large.
think you can learn this one too, Lykar. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, because the sorcerer in my home campaign is using it.
Oh god, that is a powerful spell.
It's a 4th level spell. That's when
Oh,
things start getting
yeah.
pretty high.
Jeez.
All right. So I'm not even going to consider these mob anymore. Those are just 4 individual skeletons there.
That's fine.
All right. And then this one up here. No, this one. Yeah, I'm just going to consider that one wasted.
They would walk through it on their turn anyways.
And then this one up here, you took out about 2/3 of them.
20 2/3, so maybe.
So this horrid, flashing, otherworldly light just completely obliterates the majority of these skeletons, and bits and pieces are falling to the ground. A few scattered ones are still standing and trying to get away from this light. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? All right. So I think their orders are going to be to get the 9 hells out of there. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So there's the mob that only has about 1/3 of the skeletons left.
Couple skills.
And then these here are going to be moving as well.
I'll shout. They're on the run, but I don't think we've seen the worst yet.
Yeah. So you just can hear them running. You don't really see exactly what's happening.
They're glowing. I see glowing figures retreating in the distance.
Well, these are the ones that were not inside the radius, because any of them inside the radius were destroyed.
Understood.
Yeah. That was a lot of devastation against, wee little skeletons.
Well, to be fair, you did just destroy one of our characters with those same things, so I fear them rightly.
Jeez.
I personally didn't destroy anity. That's just
No,
what
you
the,
did. I'm
the
not
enemies...
accusing you personally.
Yeah, you
And
didn't do it personally,
skeleton.
but
Lykar.
Just wish I could have gotten that off before he. Yeah. Anyways.
Lykar, what do you got?
Well, Lykar is not even sure what's going on,
I said they're on the run, but I don't think we've seen the worst of it. I just obliterated over half their number. There's maybe 10 or 11 left. But there's more up ahead. I can hear them.
Okay, well, Lykar will... is it safe to move up? My call up. Was it safe to move up?
So long as you stay within the darkness,
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna move up to the north of the cart.
honestly,
Make an athletics check as you encounter this barricade in the darkness.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be kind of interesting.
stub your toe on it.
Well, we got an 18 and I don't know,
Nice.
5 plus.
Works for me. All right,
Okay.
you've used 15 feet of movement when you're on top of the cart.
Okay, but I have the haste.
Oh yeah.
Which direction would you like to go?
Just straight north. Like up a square and a half. So I'm still in the darkness. Yeah, somewhere right in there should be good.
At least we don't have to worry about like 20, 40, 60.
It
like,
smells
javelin
terrible, and you are wading through roasted corpses of dwarven militia
Ugh.
and all kinds of bones.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You've still, Lykar, you've still got your action, and you still got that additional action that you can do a couple things with.
Okay. Unless somebody can give me, see, they're starting to get pretty far away, so I think it would be a little hard for someone to say, "Hey, shoot over that direction."
Yeah, I'll give you more direction on my next turn. I just don't want to, meta too much between. I only have 6 seconds really to, shout back and forth.
Right, but like I'm saying, I mean, if they're just like 20 feet up
Oh, yeah.
there versus, well, is that 150 feet or
That's
130
harder
feet?
for me to calculate.
Well, Lykar, you hear the sounds of skeletons moving.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they did not end their turn still moving. They moved a bit and then stopped moving. Yeah. Nox, you can see these up here. They've still got action, like attacks on the hold. So you don't hear them continuing to move, Lykar.
What's the range on those? Do they have javelins?
They have an assortment of weapons.
So range is like 60 feet, short range, and then was it 100 some? 120? 150?
Javelin?
I know
Lykar?
there's like a max range for
I think
Lykar?
I'm just going to stay put for the moment.
Okay, Kivish.
Alrighty, so right. Yeah. Well, that's quite a thing that was done,
throwing range.
and quite a change in the layout of the battlefield since he last cast his spell. Noxiqual, is it safe to go out there without ending up like a artificial turkey?
I like that. Sorry, out of game. Sorry, in game. That fool, who ran out and got himself killed. It's not safe yet. There's a couple skeletons with javelins, but I think they're pretty far range. You should be able to pop out. I would watch out for that sniper, that skeleton with a bow commander. I think he's hiding around here.
The poor kid. I was just starting to like him. And yeah, Kivish is gonna just move as close as he can to the center, or not center, edge of the sphere of darkness. He's gonna actually pull up alongside those other two. And if he can poke his head out far enough to see...
Kivish, make an
guys.
athletics check as you encounter a barricade in the darkness.
Indeed. Which I am not terrible at, but I rolled exactly mediocre, so it's a total of a 12.
All right. So you feel your way up onto the cart. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You've used 20 feet of movement thus far. Who's listening to sports radio?
I don't know. It's not me.
Who's listening to football?
I can definitely hear that, but it's not coming through. Here, I'll mute me.
Kivish, what's your next move?
All right. Yes. So he's pulled up alongside he's more or less stuck on the cart. He'll gently climb his way off of it.
Okay.
And
movement there.
Yeah, and he'll go ahead and dash to the edge of it so that he can at least start slinging some spells pretty soon.
40.
Okay.
Somebody else.
I don't know, but at least it's football and it's something warlike.
Yeah.
All right. You all hear dwarven voices, this time a little bit less hushed. Kivish, you can make out what they're saying. If those mages returned, fall back. Back to the hall. They seem very worried and distressed and panicked. Really, you hear the sounds of the pattering of dwarven armor and feet and boots along the floor, getting farther away.
Yeah, I'd be pretty worried too if like 3 swamp queens like showed up and just started wrecking my shit.
Or the 30-headed flying swamp queen Tarask.
Noxiqual, it is your turn.
Okay. I'd like to ask you thematically for something, even though it's like it's right on the border of like technically I can't do it by the wording, but thematically it's not gonna matter. My Cursed Spectre ability. Combine the soul of a slain foe into my service temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thematically pull back Harley's soul off his
Ooh.
body right there, and basically make him go after those that killed him, kind of. What do you think on that, Esper? If you're not okay with that, that's fine. I can take one of the dwarves or something else, an enemy that we killed.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely up to you. I just think it's a cool.
What's the catch on it? Is it that you had to kill them?
Let me just read it. When you slay a humanoid, you can cause its spirit to rise from its corpse as a specter.
Yeah, you must slay it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just had to ask. I thought it would be a cool thematic thing, but it's not a big deal.
I'm not quite dead. Yes, he died bravely in battle. Now rise, my minion. Oh, you terrible, terrible person.
Yep.
What do you want
So
to
here's
do?
what
You
I'm
have
gonna
these
do.
skeletons on the run. You have wrecked their undead existence.
Okay. I will tell everyone. All right, they're on the run, but I think we can continue forward. I want to see if we can take out their skeleton commander, maybe.
I think you skipped my
If
turn.
we still have. Oh, did
It's Nox, Orgrim, then Drake.
I thought I was at
I'm
the
top
top
We're
of
at
the.
the end of the round.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say to Drake, cast your darkness if you have it on me. And I'm going to walk forward directly to the right.
Yep.
So I'm out of the darkness so he can see me. But with the way the wall is, I'm pretty sure that most of the skeletons can't see me. Maybe the ones up top could see me, but they're going to have some disadvantages. Yeah. And it's 120-foot range on most thrown at
Mhm.
max. So I don't even know if they have enough range. If they do, I'll be happy to Eldritch Blast them back.
There is a number of attacks.
Okay.
It's with disadvantage.
It's like 6 at most.
Okay, I'm going to roll these real fast. What do you have on AC?
17 is my base AC.
17? Okay.
You know.
Yep. You one just like deflects off of some half plate there. Another one buzzes past your head. Got a 17 exactly.
To shield or not to shield? Nah, I'm not going to shield it. I'll
Okay.
take it.
And miss. All right, so some arrows go flying past you, hit against the wall. One bounces off part of your armor. One actually does do its job, and you take 5 piercing.
Imagine this adamantine half play is just like pinging most of these off. Let's see. So 5 damage, you said?
Yes.
Got it. I will be happy to Eldritch Blast them back with no disadvantage. I still have my action. Let's see. So, how many are there? Like, I'm just shooting them up.
7.
You understand? Yeah. So let's see. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
All right. And higher than a 16. So 2 blasts. Any reason why I shouldn't add the damage together since they're like 1 hit?
I'll go for it. It's I'll tell you if a monster ever resists something.
I appreciate it.
Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay.
22 force damage.
22 force. Okay. It's enough to destroy one of them and damage another.
Yep. Is it enough that you want to break them down into individuals now?
I got it. Yeah, I got it. It's cool.
Cool. All right, then. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there so that he can see me, so he can cast a spell on me.
I got to come out of it. I'm still in the orb.
Well, I told you where I am, so you know
okay.
to step out and cast on me, and then we'll be back in the darkness again.
How long does this darkness last?
Concentration 10 minutes, I believe.
Okay, quite a while.
I'll double check that. I gotta see. This is the thing I need to really read
You
on
need
this.
to make a concentration check for my spell the sickening one. It actually goes away. I rolled a nat 1 on my concentration.
Okay.
I was going to drop it soon anyways. I just wasn't ready to drop it quite yet.
Right. The radiance of fell green light disappears. Orgrim makes his way over the cart barricade. Well, I'm here. I'm right beside whoever is that in front of me. Is that you, Kivish?
I
Timon.
got this. I think. Is
That's
that you
not my
back there?
It is I, Orgrim. Drake fell. What would you like to do?
All right, I am okay. I am going to drop this orb of darkness,
Oh,
and
All right.
then cast another one. So spending another 2 points of key to drop it specifically so it's connected to Noxiqual.
Just put it on my armor.
Yeah, so it's connected to. I'm going to put it on his hat.
Okay, that'll work too.
Yeah, because it's just kind of one of those things. Like,
I mean, I've got a helmet thing with my armor. Yeah.
well, I'm going off the picture there,
Yeah, the hat works. I mean, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
or maybe I'll do the eye patch. That'd be it does it to the eye patch.
Problem is, then it would be blocked by my head mostly, so you guys wouldn't be in the dark. I guess it would be kind of like a forward arc of darkness. That'd be really interesting because technically the darkness is like an emanation. So if
It's a
on my
no. It's
eye
an orb.
patch,
It's an orb.
yeah, but it doesn't go through objects, so like you can cover it. Specifically says in the spell you can cover the object to block off
Oh.
the darkness.
Well then,
That's why you
yeah,
would cast
top
it
of your head. It's like literally the top of your hat, so that way it's literally.
radiating out. That's
Yeah.
cool. I'm just saying if it was on my eye patch, I'd shoot out like a hemisphere of darkness so you guys could see behind me, so long as, you know.
Yeah, so it's on your hat.
Yep, that's fine. So you guys can suddenly see a bit, but there's an orb, a moving orb of darkness on Noxiqual. Shame you can't do an aura effect off my guy.
I think I just got it.
It works.
Yep. All
Oh,
right.
that's awesome.
Gotcha.
Okay. After that, I'm. So that's my action, pretty much.
I mean, it's a good action. So.
Yeah. So I'm just going to just sit put.
All right. All right. Sounds good. Let's see.
Man, I wish I had more spell slots.
I need more key
So
points.
I'm not going to mess with that, but you hear the sounds of skeletal movement. Lykar.
Oh, okay. Now, can I still see the skeletons to the
I
northeast?
think you can see all of them.
Well, I don't think I can see the ones down on the bottom there.
You wouldn't be able to. You might be able to make out one.
Yeah, these have actually moved, but you can
Okay.
see these up there.
Okay. How far is that? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Whoa,
Square's 10 feet, so
it just got really small.
Yeah, I can tell you.
40.
All right, so we
About
got
80, 90 feet.
60.
It's within 120 feet, I can tell you that much. And they already wasted their action on me, or their readied action.
It's 100 feet away from you.
Okay.
There's only like 5 of them left, just so you know. It looks much more than there are.
Right. I think what I would like to do is I would like to move east while still maintaining cover from that little part that juts out.
You want to hug the wall.
Yep. Just go to like right there, and then I'm going to cast a smaller area effect spell on the guys up there. If that's since they have my haste.
Oh yeah, you do have haste.
All right,
That's how you
there's
can get
60
there.
feet, so there's your speed.
Okay. Now, how far away would the skeletons be now? Are they 10?
These up here.
Yeah, 20.
All right. So it'd be like 15, 30, 45, 60, 75.
75
Do you need
feet.
to be within? Do you need to be within 60?
Yeah, I need to be within 60, but I don't
because you
want
can
to.
use a dash for free with haste. Do you want to like go out here, blast them, and then come back here?
That's right. You can finish your movement after taking an action.
Yeah, then he'll grab the thing of dice and go.
I mean, to be fair, it'd probably just be that one skeleton dude.
Well, I don't know we don't know what's back beyond yonder there.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, for the moment, I can hit him with a chaos bolt because that has 120-foot range.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'll shoot chaos bolt up at the skeletons.
Okay.
well, maybe you'll get that thing that jumps to like multiples or something. Get extra damage.
Okay. So
Enlighten.
that's a roll to hit,
2d8 or 2d10? I don't remember.
and I rolled a 19 plus 7, so that should hit.
Damn.
And chaos bolt is 2d8 plus 1d6.
Man.
That's 6 and 4. That's 10 damage,
What type of damage?
and 4 is force damage.
Good damage.
How much do you have total?
10.
10. All right. You destroy the one that Noxiqual had damaged.
Okay.
There are 5 skeletons remaining in this group. These 4 down here are fleeing, and this 5 dwarven militiamen are also fleeing.
All right.
Kivish.
All right. He's gonna make his way to the edge of the darkness, and well, actually, since he saw Lykar go out of it, he's gonna follow Lykar out of the darkness.
Well, there would have been like a flash of like no darkness for a second before they came back. So
Indeed. So yeah, he's gonna get as far as he can go with one move.
There.
So he still can't quite see out of it. Well, then he'll take a double move and run up behind Lykar.
Okay.
So many spells need a point on the ground that you can see.
Yeah, a fair amount of them do. What about your flaming sphere? You can move it as a bonus action or your full action?
A bonus action. So that's next. It doesn't get that far. You can only move it 30 feet as a bonus action, but he'll,
All right.
he'll
10,
roll it on.
20, 30. It rolls through bones. Boy, it smells extra funky up in here.
I don't think it gets slowed by a difficult terrain, does it?
I don't think it does.
It's a spell.
Let's see if the spell says it ignores difficult terrain.
Oh, do you? I think it's just like a ball of fire.
I'm not sure it actually says as written about anything about difficult terrain.
It's not that super important. I don't think another 15 feet's gonna.
Exactly.
I'll
You can
outrun
direct it over barriers, have it jump across pits, but it doesn't actually say anything about difficult terrain.
Don't worry about it. I mean, it's not gonna catch some fleeing
Jumping
skeletons.
It's up to 10 feet wide. I'll move it a little more. Maybe you gave it a bit of a leap. I don't think it's a total insubstantial thing because it's the way the wording is. It sounds like you ram it into creatures and it can't like share the same space as a creature.
Oh, okay.
I think it has a little bit of a sponginess to it.
I always thought it was more like engulfing creatures, but yeah, something of that nature.
Yeah,
3.5 it used to engulf them.
I had a guy who used it in the campaign before they all got wiped, and I read it as it engulfs. It doesn't act as a sponge.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but who else? Everyone has their own.
Let's not get bogged down in super nitty gritty stuff.
I'm not
Let's
worried.
move along to Dwarven Militia. Run! Doom! Oh my.
I want to start singing a pirate shanty.
Haha.
Are there any good ones from your campaign world?
Oh, roll the bones on the deck at midnight. Smash them up good and spit in their eyes.
I sing it just like that.
Noxiqual.
Lovely voice. Noxiqual's gonna walk forward, like he's now pretty confident that he's got this darkness on him. Can you move me northeast? It's gonna engulf them again in darkness, but that's probably gonna protect them.
All right. That's 30 feet of movement used up there.
Just walk me again. I'm not worried. Well, no, don't walk me again. Remember, I have Long Strider, so give me like just the extra Long Strider.
Okay, Long Strider. Okay.
Give me like that extra little bit, and then I'm just gonna shoot with an Eldritch Blast at the skeletons.
Okay. There you be.
Yep.
And fire away.
That's gonna hit. That's in the 20s. And the same roll again, so that's also gonna hit. Let's roll the damage. 22 force damage.
22. Same as before, you have felled a skeleton, partially damaged another one.
So there's 4 left in that mob.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like advancing with my long strides and blasting again and again, because that's all I've got is cantrips right now, except for my one in the hole Pact Keeper rod.
Always good to keep that ace up your sleeve.
In case I need a dimension door, run away.
Yeah, you never know.
I can take one person with me.
Orgrim actually goes up this way and he shoots a firebolt.
Good call.
Have this! Bone brains! Yes, it is a hit. Roasty, he takes out another skeleton. There are a grand total of 3 up there. Let's see, do I have more that I can break it down into? Seems a bit odd to use that whole thing with just 3 skeletons. Yes, it appears that I do. All right. Where is he at? No. Stop that, Orgrim, you silly man. Okay. There we are. So do 1. I think that was the skeleton that wandered off unknown.
He's come back.
2 and a 3. Very well. Let's bring it down to, or up to, rather, top of the next round with Drake.
All right. Drake's gonna go up to Harley's body. If his eyes are open, he's gonna close the eyes and then take the boots, so that way no one else can steal boots off of him.
Okay. You have collected the winged boots.
Take the boots, and if I can use my action or bonus action to say a prayer to Darnassus for him.
Destroy the boots. They're cursed.
To say, even though I prayer saying, even though it died not honorably, or was not honorable, still died in battle. Help guide his soul to where he belongs. Because other than
you utter a quick battlefield prayer to the Lord of Fury, that he favors with recognition the fallen comrade of yours, who you knew for only a short time, yet he was an inquisitive mind, a lively fellow, brave, though perhaps a bit foolhardy. The skeletons continue in their flight. Okay.
I'll make sure I have those boots.
Skeletons are just fleeing. They're trying to get away. That apparently was the last thing they were commanded to do. I'll continue moving those other ones. Lykar, what would you like to do?
These other skeletons are okay. I'm gonna. Ooh,
Remember, if you want to jump back into the darkness, you can after stepping out to take a look.
Yeah.
You are surrounded by the globe of darkness that is emanating from Captain Noxiqual. Apparently, the skeletons are on the run. You are quite hasty, though, with the spell energizing your limbs.
God, I hate that. I was thinking of trying to take a dash action up to the wall, but
That's kind of risky all by yourself.
yeah. I'm just going to I'm going to move up. So let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. If I can move up a little bit, maybe about... I'm trying to see if I could shoot those other skeletons, or do you think they'll be out of sight? The ones to the north.
Here, you got a shot.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I count 70. That's a little too far.
15, 30, 45, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110.
Yeah, that's too far. I can't shoot that far.
Would you want to move closer?
No, I'm going to play it safe. Otherwise, I'll be carrying my corpse around.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I'm just going to hold already in action if anything kind of tries to come back this way.
Okay, and what would you like to ready?
I'll just hold my little lightning dagger up in case they want to try and something comes out that's unexpected. If they're going to keep retreating, I'm just going to leave them retreat.
Okay, very well. Kivish.
All right, it's time to leave the darkness and go out into the light, but just behind Lykar in case the shooting starts again.
All right, there's 35 feet of movement.
Excellent. Let's see, where's it?
You poke your head like you see a nose and a beard, and then here comes Kivish's head, just barely out of the orb of darkness.
I'm gonna try and count squares here. These are 10-foot squares, right? Yeah, so 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, okay, definitely within 120. Yeah, he's gonna dismiss the flaming sphere, and he's gonna wait for someone else to show up through the pillars over there. Somebody who could benefit from a little bit of blasting.
Okay. And which particular form of blasting are you brewing up?
Well, it all depends on who comes through the through the pillars. If these skeletons are just running away, or if somebody's going to come back and try and bring them back. But can you ready an action and then dismiss it later?
You do not have to use the action, no.
Okay. Yeah, he'll ready an action on that upper pillar, like right 20-foot cube centered around that area to cast Erupting Earth if need be.
Very well. The militia continues to run. So let's shift this scene a little bit here because I see how things are unfolding. So your party has the enemies on the run.
Yes.
What is the party intending to do here?
I can describe to you how this would go and fast forward, basically.
Are some of you chasing them down, slinging spells?
Drake. Well, now Drake's done his thing for Harley. He's going to get back into action. So he's going to start shadow stepping, moving forward to chase these guys down, unless someone gives a hauler the hole.
Okay. I was going to advance cautiously, using my bubble as kind of like our shield.
Okay.
But not going.
Well, you could
hard.
tell Drake to fall back then, and he would.
Yeah.
I don't know if we
feel
all
like-
want to be in the darkness, because if I was on the other side and I could cast a
And just
spell,
throw a fireball into the darkness. I agree. I think that I want to get to the wall, take a look, and see if there's more enemies prepared to fight us on the other side of that. or over
Basically,
there.
yeah.
And if there aren't, I'm fine with just kind of holding the wall for like maybe taking a breather kind of deal and keeping an eye out for the skeleton guy. If there's an opportunity to take out the skeleton archer
Later,
dude,
yeah.
I would do that now.
how long would
He's
it take for somebody to go back and tell the dwarves
Right.
we're into the caves and they could bring up troops?
Yeah.
I think that's also a good idea. Send
Well,
someone
Drake would
back.
be if Drake can get haste put on him, he would be literally the fastest one to do that.
Seems like a good plan.
Yeah, I'm
Because
just
he
trying to
gets shadow
think.
step, which gives him that 60 feet,
Right.
and then
The only thing
his
is,
movements-
I kind of like to keep you close for the darkness. If you could cast again.
so
I don't have-
Are we taking a short break or
that's
short
my-
rest?
I want to know what you guys are doing about these fleeing enemies.
I would love to take them out if
Mhm.
there's a chance to do so, but I'm not going to push.
Yeah, we
past
don't want to
that.
go haphazardly so fast
Mhm.
forward that we expose ourselves.
Okay, so it sounds like you all are moving, but you're not running right up to them, and you're slinging cantrip spells at a distance.
Yeah.
Correct.
Is that the
I'm expecting
general
more
idea?
traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we're dropping down like cantrips, Drake's gonna be like dropping down minor illusion, but it's gonna be marching noises, like an army's coming up, following them. To give them more, like keep them moving.
Honestly, I'm fine with just kind of hand waving, like we hold this, get more people to come up here and deal with it. And if we can fight the big boss guy, I'm all for it. If we can't, and
All right.
I'm not
right.
pushing this.
That's fine. I just wanted to know your general tactic.
If I can get a short hour rest,
You
I'll be
all
holding.
pursue the enemies, but you keep your distance. You sling cantrip spells at them as you go. They continue to flee. A mere 2 dwarven militiamen make it into this tunnel, heading up these stairs. They actually are able to survive. Unless if someone's like significantly faster, like let's see, Lykar, Drake with shadow stepping, unless you want to go up there on your own, away from the party.
He would stay at a range and just be chucking whatever Darcy's got left into them
They escape. It's
if he goes after, so it wouldn't do much.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm not chasing.
He might be able to drop one. but-
Lykar, do you want to go chasing around this bend here and up this other tunnel?
I do not. I would rather just make safe the whole lower cavern if we could. And
Okay,
then-
so otherwise you have felled the remainder of the skeletons and the other 3 dwarven militiamen of Clan Axewort. So,
Could Drake somehow put out the center Azier or light source that's like right next to the wall?
let me hold on. I'm trying.
Sorry, it was just something that
Okay, I'm trying
popped
to
in
get
my
off
head.
of.
Yeah, we don't need light for our characters.
Okay, here we are. Okay. So, what are you thinking about with the brazier?
Drake wants to put it out because for him, less light's better, and he's thinking, and to do shadow stuff, he can't have any light. He needs to be in dusk or darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants it out, so that way he can get that. He doesn't need to move out of it.
Mhm.
Then jump back in. So this way he can just literally jump straight in with the shadow step if need be.
Okay.
Tactically speaking,
You
it is
you approach the
also-
brazier and take a look at it. A big stony container, hefty thing. Inside are flames, burning coals.
So it's a stone pillar, no metal on it.
It's not a pillar; it's a brazier. So it would be
Well,
a circular pot, like a
Okay.
fire pit sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
It's full of
Just made out of stone. Any metal on it?
Pure stonework.
Okay. That makes it tougher then. How hot is the flame?
They seem to be regular, normal flames, not magical fire or anything.
Okay. And the source is coal, wood.
Coal.
Coal. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can work with that. Give me a second. I gotta remember this. He's gonna pull out a blanket and smother him.
And what is this blanket made of?
It's a wool blanket, and it can actually, if done right, you start patting on it, it will smother flames. You can use any blanket literally to smother a person that's on fire. It's actually recommended. And you can use it for like a small fire. If you don't have like any way to get like a non-electrical fire or grease fire, if you need to put it out, throw something over it and start patting it. If it's a small one, if it's a big one, just get out of it.
Dump a little water on it.
With coals, it's a little tricky with water because you have to have enough water to get everything, because the coals can restart themselves if you don't cool them down right. Your call.
Whole blanket on a big brazier of hot burning coals.
Maybe get it wet first.
Yeah, well, soak it and then throw it on the.
All right. You empty your water skin on your blanket, douse it, flop it over. Smoky bits are coming off of it. What is anyone else doing anything while he is working on putting out the brazier?
Kivish is going to keep a wary eye looking at the spaces between pillars and then looking beyond and seeing if anything's moving around and might need to get.
All right. So you're watching out. You're looking out. Anybody else?
I think it would be prudent to just kind of watch the tunnels. I mean, are we all the way into the main section of the cavern now?
You can if you'd like to be.
I thought we were right by the walls.
We're staying by the walls?
Yeah.
If I may,
Okay.
as inspiring leader, make a suggestion. I would like to have someone hide with their stealth check. We lost map.
I can do that. Or Drake can.
As a scout, especially because Drake, you can move really fast, watching the tunnel so we know when they're coming.
Okay. Can you zoom in more towards the center a little, just to get a better idea of that area, so I can find a spot to camp in?
So, and then I want to keep everyone kind of further back. That way, if we have to run, we have a head start, because you'll give us the warning and then you hop your way out.
Does anybody want to go back and get reinforcements?
I think that's not a bad idea, because we've broken. So here's my concern, though. They have another boulder trap at the top of these stairs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine for holding this cavern and preventing them from like making an escape. If we can get soldiers in here, I don't think we should send soldiers through the tunnel system until we've cleared it. I think if we can occupy this area with a force of soldiers, that would be good.
All right. Then once Drake's put up that, he's gonna go set up somewhere to keep an eye on both tunnels and be stealthy.
Okay, who's going back and grabbing the reinforcements?
Well, we need. If only we had a rogue. Um,
We did.
yeah,
We did.
Here's my also concern because Noxiqual's paranoid. What if there was an enemy hiding in one of the offshoot tunnels back there, just waiting for someone to
There
go
wasn't.
back alone?
There wasn't. I was checking the tunnels, or Drake was
Oh, you did.
looking for the ground for tracks and stuff to see if there was any recent travel, and the only
Good.
travel
As
we
far
saw
as
was
we
the same
know,
path we
there's-
went.
Okay, as far as we know, there's no sniper assassin archer waiting for us back those tunnels. Good.
As far as you know.
Yep. I think Kivish, turn into an animal really hard to notice and run back.
Yes, that's what I was just starting to think. But which tunnel specifically?
It'd be
They seem to
the
be coming from.
Back the way
You
we
know the way.
came.
literally
Yeah,
the
back
game.
to where we came.
Oh, okay.
You're
Uh,
going outside to tell the men what
Yes.
happened and that
Yes.
we've taken a foothold. And if they want to
Indeed.
send more troops in, if they say no, come back, tell
Right.
us, and we'll pull back because there's not much. Like
Yeah, this area is. We can't
Yeah.
defend this area. We can defend the tunnel,
Right.
but we can't defend this
Right.
area.
Exactly.
now.
Also, who's Kivish? Behind you, there is only a bat.
Oh, go Kivish.
We should
I will
cast
say-
haste on them.
Yeah, I will say this: we can hold here temporarily because there's an attack going on right now outside. So I'm kind of curious what's going on outside on the front side.
Okay, yeah, well, all right, so Kivish is off, and how long will that take for him to go there and back?
That's an excellent
5 minutes?
All right, Kivish,
longer
you
than that,
have
I think.
you have assumed the form of a bat using
Yeah.
your druidic wild shaping powers, and you begin flying through the air, and suddenly you have this strange sense of hearing in this echoey, echolocation. Tell me, where are you going in bat form?
Well, so the first place to check is the tunnel we came in through. Just make sure nobody's trying to encircle us.
Okay, so you head back that away, flap through the tunnel, getting a feel for these strange flappy bat wings. You do not notice anything there. You can make a perception check if you would like to see if there is any extra stealthy things lurking around.
Okay, that's going to be a 25.
All right. You hear with your keen bat ears, and there is nothing that away. You don't pick anything up with your echolocation. You probably have a range of maybe 30 feet on your echolocation or something. Then you, I assume, flap back into the cavern of bones, and I'll let your extra high perception kind of roll for a little bit here. So give me another place you'd like to go to.
All right. Well, so assuming it was pretty clear that there's nobody coming back up that first tunnel, let's head down a little bit the tunnel from the sort of center of the room.
Here?
I thought you were going to
yes.
go back and report.
Oh, to the people outside.
Yeah,
Yes, but if there's a chance to get a little bit of extra scouting in, then
because Drake
do that
set
first.
up
And
stealth
that's how
to
we
keep an
lost
eye.
Kivish.
Drake's keeping an eye on both tunnels currently.
Drake,
on
where would you
both.
like to be positioned
Oh,
at?
sorry. I thought he was just doing the one. Okay, that's right. Yep,
No,
I see.
he's gonna see if someone can lend him another water skin, because I want to put out the brazier that leads up to this room on the left here, and I'm gonna set up right there on that point where that brazier was.
All right. Orgrim says, here, take my water skin.
So that way it's
you go
dark.
to this brazier here? Yes?
Yeah, put it out, and then he's going to set up there to act as scout, because that's going to give him line of sight pretty much on 4 of the tunnels, and a good idea of what's, if anything's up in the Queen's chamber.
All right. You've doused your woolen blanket once again, Hmm. Give me a check of some kind. What seems to be the right thing?
That would
Sleight of hand, I think sounds good to me.
okay.
Dexterity if you're not trained.
11.
11. You get a blast of smoke in your face. You pull back with stinging eyes. Your blanket is ruined.
Oh, that's fine.
That was my only one. Orgrim strokes his beard.
He's Joyce gonna pick up some dirt and just throw it on, try to smother it that way. Then
Can we just tip it over and stomp out the coals? I don't know.
well, if it's made of stone, it's not gonna tip over.
Not readily. Come, put your legs into it.
All right.
Make a strength check.
Be dex check or me.
Strength.
Strength. Okay, because
Strength,
I thought I was able to make strength. Use dex instead of strength with a monk. Let me double check that.
You're specifically doing a strength activity. You're using your muscular capability to push over something heavy. Dexterity doesn't factor into this.
Okay. All right.
What you're thinking of is using like a dexterity for your attacks, I imagine.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was
Let me
thinking because
know
I was
if a
thinking
short
it'd be okay.
rest happens, Esper.
Come again?
Let me know if a short rest happens during the time we're waiting.
16.
I know it's a while.
Okay. No, it hasn't gotten close to a short rest.
Didn't think so,
16,
but let
okay.
me know.
You rolled decently. Orgrim did not. He kind of rubs his back a little bit. Okay, maybe not such a good idea.
Legs, not back. Push with your legs, not your back.
I think I'm gonna give up on that. So, what about Lykar? What is Lykar doing during this moment?
I think I'm just gonna keep an ear out and just be ready in case anything happens. I'm not too interested in the Brazers. It doesn't matter either way.
Okay, so you and Kivish. Oh, Kivish is bat form now. So you and Noxiqual are on watch. Oh, I do not want to forget. You each have accrued 3 milestones.
Ooh,
All right.
nice.
Okay.
That means at the next long rest, I can level.
Awesome.
Up to 4.
See, that'll get me up to 6. Wow.
Kivish, the bat. Where are you headed?
So, Kivish's bat is flying pretty much right back out the way we came. He's going to go and summon up a couple of soldiers to see if we can't, run an actual little maneuver through here and maneuver our way strategically into the rear of somebody who's not expecting to get attacked from the rear.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you exit out the sloping passageway, the tunnel. There are 4 dwarven infantrymen holding their ground, waiting. I don't know if they would make much notice of a bat flapping overhead. You go through the crypts. Is that what I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way through the crypts. You head through the other cave tunnels, and you exit out the north side of Dirge Tor. Where are you headed to now?
So I'm trying to think of what particular force a detachment of would make the most use in this situation. The Fen Guard would be good because they're sort of elite shock troops, but they are also cavalry of a sort.
Pretty sure they said they're not coming in.
We need mages.
Right. Yeah, actually, the Emerald Mages, I can tell them that Orgrim wanted a couple of them to come along.
Yeah, because we need.
And maybe see if see if I can get another brave and or stupid infantry squad to follow a couple of Emerald Mages.
All right. So you fly, flapping your bat wings, and you make your way over to where there's a commander's tent. There's your party's pavilion, and there's the pavilion of the Emerald Mages, flying their standard of it's green and white, and you revert back into dwarven form.
Indeed.
Okay.
And then walk into the tent, and are they just standing right there? Or?
At the moment, you see the members of the Emerald Mages, of course, Sans Orgrim. There are specifically four older dwarven mages. They have just finished eating. They've just finished preparing spells for the day. They're speaking of the matters at hand, of strategies, of tactics, of theories as to the best way to handle this foe. You walk in. They look at you. Kivish. Well. Did you have success here in your company?
We have had a sort of. It could have gone better.
Aye. What of it?
Orgrim has. He say he wants. I think the four of you will do for extra help.
What sort of extra help?
To strike the blow that will end the battle almost as soon as it begins.
Can you be more specific about striking blows?
Well, there are a lot of skeletons who are no longer magically working, and now we are going to make some more, some fancy ones to similarly fall to ground.
Are you saying that you want us to enter the caverns and fight against skeletons?
Aye.
The plumpest of the group says, I don't think that would be prudent. We should stay here advising the chieftains.
And you are going to tell that to Orgrim, your leader?
Why didn't Orgrim send us a message himself?
I am the message.
The dwarves give furrowed brows and suspicious beard strokes, and they have many reasons as to why it's dangerous, foolish. They are needed here to serve as advisors.
They're level 1 mages.
Many a reason.
And Kivish has a psht or a that's bogus or a poppycock to deal with every one of them. So, they're not.
Tell Orgrim to send us the message himself.
Yes, I was of the impression that we were with the auxiliary guard. Auxiliary, you know, optional, last case.
Or I can leave and I can go back to Orgrim and tell him that his own people are too much of cowards to do anything to help him. And I can go.
Who are you calling coward, you whippersnapper? I have 300 years of age.
300 years of sitting upon pits and wishing they would go away.
Kivish, you tread close to offending the Emerald Mages.
I know they're later. I got an in.
He's role playing his charisma.
Look at this. You're making him waste good wine.
Oh, well, it seems to me you are.
This one starts sopping up some of the spit out wine. Here you go. Here you go. Yes.
I'm trying to think if there's like.
Are you pushing the issue? What are you thinking here, Kivish?
Yeah, I mean, if not them, he'll go and say more glory for somebody else and call up, whoever's going to come with him.
One of the chieftains is entering the hut. Clorton Alder, chieftain of Clan Alder, and in fact, your chieftain.
Well, Kivish, please tell me that you are not the only one to survive the strike inside the caverns.
I am not. I am regretting to inform you that the what was his name? The new one, the elf or something, he's no longer empty of arrows.
Hey,
But
were there any other casualties or wounds?
some of the Mitrillian soldiers are a little bit worse for the wear, but I do not think they are dead. I actually, out of character, wasn't sure if they were actually dead. I thought they were just like incapacitated, and then the rest could, yeah,
clearly turned into dwarf pancakes.
okay.
War is hell, and of the enemy.
They are about 100, 15 souls and 80 or some skulls, the shorter.
The might of magic is irresistible to those who are not familiar or trained in this very particular means of avoiding such arcane doom. Aye. And of your allies, they are holding ground.
They are, but we will be better served to strike a blow now before the main army attack us from the front. Play both sides against the middle.
I thought the attack
by this. The assault at the Wall of Bones went well, maybe too well. I actually came back because it's too quiet, and I sought these four here, but now you are here as well.
Well, there is more glory to be had down there.
Aye. In that case, come with me. We will speak with Dane Mithrillian, and as well, Half-Grey. Yes, he is a clever one, and perhaps a change of course would be wise.
All right, so that they're wanting to like all talk in the big command tent.
He is asking you to go with him to the station essentially near the Barbican.
Yeah.
Apparently things have gone well at hacking and destroying this wall of bone, and Bleeding Heart itself did not. He's essentially, I'm paraphrasing what he's telling you as you're walking along. He also he said to the Emerald Mages, "You lot come as well."
Yes, well, now that you put it that way, I suppose we should.
So you're making your way, around the big craggy tor, and they have taken down large sections of the Wall of Bone. it was not too effective to hit it at a range. They don't have siege weapons at the moment, so they literally had to go up and bash it with axes and hammers. There were some injuries sustained by the raking claws, but overall they dispatched of it pretty readily, as there was no enemy force counterattacking them. So it was just essentially sheer siege structure. Siege and structure. So they filtered it through Bleeding Heart. Bleeding Heart didn't really put up any resistance. I mean, there were a few minor skirmishes, but it was common, non-trained, not even militia-trained combatants, just in their last stand of glory and honor, just for sheer sake of dwarven stubborn pride. So he doesn't seem to think there were any casualties in this frontal assault, and they're at the stage now where they can go up that slope to the front gate if they think that would be the right course of action. So you arrive with Clorton Alder and the Green Mages, or the Emerald Mages, and as well there's Dane Mithrillion. There is Half Grey. Help me out here. Fallerand Half Grey.
Yep. And Clorton Alder.
Yeah, and there's a few other, dwarven soldiers of note, and bodyguards and such.
Right.
And they're all talking. Okay, so there's some different opinions going back and forth. They haven't actually mounted the slope up to the front gate yet, but that is on the table. You arrive, and we've got Half Grey, Fallerand Half Grey, saying, Kivish, speak. I assume you tell him essentially everything you've already said.
Yeah. And in and out of character, I'm beginning to suspect that there may not be much of an army left in there. And also that it might be kind of funny to march an army in there and scare the crap out of my friends for a little while.
Yes. Well done, well done. We strike now! Stop this pussyfooting around. Our strike force has dealt yet another debilitating blow. We will decapitate this disgusting insult of a dwarven clan and wipe their pathetic existence off of the face of Dreckengrim.
I'm just not sure that this is a decapitation so much as a beating dead horse at this point.
The horse is not dead until it neighs its last.
I think that happened a day ago.
He stands, he proclaims loudly, and he is like, I'll hear none of it. And he walks off to give commands. The other two dwarven chieftains, they just kind of nod. They tap the halves of their weapons, and they let's go, let's do this. Now's the chance. The Emerald Mages, a few other infantrymen, they're all with you. The chieftain says,
Go back now to your allies. When you hear the sound of us beating down the front gate, you go in and you poke them in the arse, and we'll go and smash them right in the face.
Don't know how I'm supposed to hear that sound from underground, but okay.
The Cavern of Bones is there's the passage leading right up into the Dwarven Axewort Hall.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, sure.
So what it would look like is this here. Yeah, there. That's
okay.
That's leading into the Great Hall there.
Right. All right.
So what do you think about that? He says for your party to attack from behind just wait for them to smash through the front gates, and you're going to hit them from both sides and take them out.
It sounds like a plan. Kivish might still request some additional soldiers if he can get away with it.
Yes. You are given another company. You are given another group of 8.
Oh, okay.
8 infantrymen.
Yeah, no. Give us that company. We need the company.
Yeah.
Take the company.
You're going to have some company. He gives you, this, whatever, little squad of 8 dwarven footmen.
8 Tanyans in training. All right. With that, Kivish is going to say something to the tune of, watch this and follow me, and then mutter something about how Dane Mithrillian always drives in batty, and
Whoa! I told you he can do it. I told you he can do it. You said that he'd be turning into a snake. Ah, I said he could turn into a snake or something else. This is something else, and he can do it.
Back to the party. So you all are posted up in the Cavern of Bones. While
long has it
Kivish has gone for a bit.
Yeah.
You all hear the distinct sound of chanting. Sounds like Clan Axewort chanting. I mean, it makes sense, right? It looks like they're going to be making their last stand, so maybe they're getting themselves pumped up, or someone's giving a battle speech, or maybe they're singing a traditional Axewort tune. Orgrim, who is more fluent in such matters, he says, they're making their last desperate chant. Well, wait. No, they're not chanting to Nyarlathotep. They are chanting to her, the Mer Queen.
Ah, damn it.
Do they have the power to invoke the might of the Mer Queen? I hope not.
There was a cult, some survivors, I think. They might be leading this chant, but I doubt they could summon up anything nastier than the Swamp Queen herself.
Yeah, I hear many a dwarven voice. Sounds like that cult has more remaining members than you realized. Or perhaps the dwarves are turning to Emerantha in desperation. One does not have to be a cult member to chant, after all.
Agreed. I think we should not jump to hasty conclusions based on this, though. If they call upon her and she answers, we'll deal with it. If they can't call upon her and this is just a desperate, move to make us act swiftly, we should not go into it.
I know they're our enemy, but I have to say I can relate. You saw what happened to me down in the Lizard Folk Cavern.
Yes, we saw something down there, not necessarily the Mer Queen.
Perhaps I should try to call to the Mer Queen and look upon us with greater favor and not cursed Clan Axewort. They've got Durgar blood in them, after all.
Orgrim,
What if you want to know a little secret? So does Clan Halfgrey.
Orgrim, let me just ask you this. You take a weapon untested into battle for the first time as your only weapon.
Bah! No dwarf worth his salt would do that.
Would you take an untested spell into battle? A new spell that you just learned. No, you'd want to know it.
Me
Tested.
personally?
Yeah.
Of course not.
I think we shouldn't start
Where's my
relying on
wineskin?
this Mer Queen.
Where is my what? I gave him the wrong one.
Which one did you give me?
Oh, why?
Does anyone have any wine on you?
Actually, I might. Let me check my character sheet. No, not this character. I have another character. That
Die! Victory is nigh, and I'm bone dry.
I have
a bit
plenty-
ironic, isn't it? Lykar, Drake, do either of you have an opinion about the clan Axewort chanting to Amarantha the Merqueen?
Not really.
Drake's
It's not
just
gonna
gonna
make a
start. Gonna just kind of take a meditation stance while keeping an eye on the tunnels and make a prayer to Dinosi.
Just Lykar just rolls his eyes, shakes his head.
Actually, Drake's gonna pull out one of his worship candles that he uses to worship, lights it, and starts saying a prayer back against them.
Excellent. So it sounds like you're putting a little bit of effort and thought and time and feeling into this. Make a religion check using wisdom.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Okay, that
I'll need to ask for
is
the masked one's protection. He helps me. who helps
16.
himself.
You feel that the strength of Dionysus is with you, and confidence is with you as well. Surely this foe will fall. It will be unable to withstand the might of the Stormbringers and Norval's Rock. The chanting continues. God, will they ever stop? But hey, they're at their last desperate stand. Kivish returns with 8. And I guess if you count the other 4 guys, why not? They'll come too. So him plus 12 dwarven footmen.
Have we had enough time for a short rest yet?
Has it been 1 hour? Well, let's see.
Oh, with
there.
Kivish talking to all the guys back at the camp.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. I would say it has definitely been more than an hour. Yeah.
May I take a short rest then, if everyone's good?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I can do as well if I'm able to.
I would like
so
to
a
use
short
some,
rest has been completed for you 3, Drake, Nox, Lykar, Orgrim.
I mean, Kivish.
Orgrim doesn't need it though. He didn't take
I guess
any damage.
Kivish was doing some casting, turning himself into bats and things. So yeah, he wasn't resting. All right, I am going to spend some dice. Spent 1 die. Good. Spending another die. Pretty good.
I'm
I think
spending
1
4.
more. I spend 3 dice and get myself to 1 hit point away from max. I will use Inspiring
Actually, I
Leader
wanted to double check.
again.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's back together.
Excellent. Inspiring Leader. You have used that.
13 temporary hit points, everyone.
13?
Yeah. Although now that we're down 1 character, I can give it to 1 other person. Who's the leader of this band of dwarves?
They are all of equal rank.
I picked the one that I like the most,
Okay.
which is to say the nearest one from me. And he feels a little something special to my words. Am I passing around like a thimble of rum? You know, I give everyone a little drink.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that should be part of my Inspiring Leader. Give everyone like a strong drink.
I think it's only fitting for Captain Noxiqual to pass around a little bit of swig while he's speaking those inspiring words.
Yeah.
You also gave us the bonus. How many?
Says, you have it after all. I'll take that. Thank you.
Warsor, how many points was it?
13 temporary hit points.
13. 14 or 13?
13.
Okay, I want to make sure I heard you.
Yep, you're good. I typed it out just in case.
All right, got it on
Thank you.
Orgrim as well, and he is quite happy for that that drink passed around. That's more like it. Now we wait. He's like pacing back and forth. We wait. a bit more time passes. There is a little bit of a delay happening here. And then, boom! Boom! And you hear the dwarves, shouting up there as well. You hear commands getting shouted in Dwarven, and there's a ruckus starting to erupt. And you hear like a couple of commanders shouting orders, and the Dwarven equivalent of like, "Aye!"
All right. We need to play this smart. They might have another boulder kind of trap or something similar at the
This
top.
one says we wait. This one says we wait till the doors are truly broken in.
I agree. I think we should. I wish I could point at the screen.
What we're doing here is I'm actually gonna shift the scene into a mass combat scene.
I'm
so
happy.
things are gonna go a little bit differently at this, but you all still will have a chance to aid in certain ways.
Very happy for that.
So picture this: a massive dwarven great hall. To one corner is huddled hundreds, not several hundred, but still, hundreds of dwarven commoners, non-combatants, uncertain of their immediate fate. You see a militia of dwarven footmen, basic footmen. You see like a squad of infantry soldiers. They've got like a captain. There's a dwarven battle priest, and as well there is their chieftain, the chieftain of the Axewort clan, which is Turgis Axewort, wearing his dwarven battle scale armor, his mighty shield, a big axe, like this heirloom axe of Clan Axewort. He's kind of a grizzled looking guy. The doors get battered in with a ram. The Vanguard of Norgal's Rock did suffer some casualties because they had another boulder trap set at the front gate. But I mean, it was one thing versus their whole Vanguard smashing through. So the Vanguard comes through, dwarven soldiers come spilling in. Here and there you see a Fingard riding atop a giant lizard. Fallerand Halfgrey is not far from the front, he himself, and he's wielding like these double axes, screaming battle fury and blood and victory. The dwarven clan, the Axewort clan, what else do they have with them? Not much. There's like 400 non-combatants, so they're not really doing it. They're just kind of huddling, and they'll panic and get away from the battle as best they can. The old and infirmed and the young, they can't really move so well, and there's some chaos and running about. There's a lot of shouting. There's the clatter of steel. You all come up the tunnel from behind. There's like a couple, guards stationed there that try to fight you off. You all mow them down, and just the whole Great Hall just is a swath of fighting. So let's do some rounds here. So these rounds are going to go a little bit differently.
Tell us how you
what I'm going to do is have you all roll initiative again.
Okay.
And then each side, they're going to have their own initiatives as well.
Ooh, not bad.
I'm ready when you are.
I'm set.
The might and wisdom of Hastur, the King in Yellow, has seen fit to give me a 4, which becomes a 5.
Sounds like we all rolled pretty low.
Yeah,
Actually, I have an unnatural 20.
there you go.
Congrats, man.
Yeah.
That
This is-
darkness off quick.
I have a 12.
Boom, 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 boom.
I have an 8. So it goes 20, 12, 8.
All right, who's got the highest?
I have an unnatural 20, I believe.
20 Drake. After 20,
Lykar.
I have a 12.
12 Lykar.
Noxiqual comes next with an 8.
8 Nox.
Kivish with a 5.
I got a rock.
Okay. So that battle is exploding all around. You all are just making it up this like back passageway, coming at the rear of the host of Clan Axewort. Drake, you get to go first here. So this is at a totally different scale. So just forget normal combat rounds as such, and
okay.
you can just say I'm fighting, and that's perfectly fine, and you're helping. Or if you have some kind of thing that affects like an area, you can do that as well, and you can kind of describe it to me, and I'm going to do my best as a dungeon master to apply that into a mass scale situation.
Can Drake easily get to the enemy chieftain?
Okay.
Because he's going to be assassinated.
You look out for the chieftain. Turgus,
just going to kind of be trying to fighting
Axewort.
his way towards him if he has to.
Turgus and Fallerand Halfgrey are locked in duel. And they're shouting dwarven insults at each other, and the battle like fray is all around them. They have their men trying to like fend off enemies. Axewort is outnumbered. Like the more Norgal's Rock pours in, it's slow at first. They kind of got him bottlenecked. But Norgal's Rock is like starting to like get
it's a hole in the dam.
Greater,
it's going to slowly, bigger.
Yeah. So you want to make your way over to
if he's got to fight his way over there, he will. But if he can,
or do you respect dwarven traditions and let these chieftains duel it out themselves?
Well, can he see that they're dueling?
Yeah.
If he can see they're dueling, then he's going to then start picking high value targets that he can get to that are not already in a duel.
Okay, so in that case, just make an attack roll. This is going to represent stuff happening over like a whole minute here.
Okay.
Just to kind of see how good you're doing.
That is actually really good. So then plus... Give me a second, I got to do my math here. 25.
All right, so you find an ideal opening. You know, you kind of like come through in a teleported puff of darkness, flinging out shurikens, landing, striking guys. Maybe you have your blade out. Now I'm going to roll for Norgal's Rock. Okay. Okay. Actually, what happens here is Norgal's Rock and the enemies, they kind of do opposed checks. They have disadvantage as they're bottlenecked. However, they have much greater numbers and greater power. Okay, so here's what you all see. A lot of Norgal's Rock is getting bottlenecked, or at least semi-bottlenecked, and there's a barricaded group of dwarven soldiers with shields, and they're trying to hold back the enemy at the gates. And then there's a moment of just like pure carnage, and Fin guards come busting through, just like chopping guys' heads off. Dwarves go like flying back as there's like this major push from Norgal's Rock, and they just like mow straight through. They like cut a swath through the enemies, and Axeworts are just dying left and right. In fact, the blow was so devastating, I'm going to check the morale of Clan Axewort.
Them crits.
Okay. Some, not a lot, but a few Axewort soldiers are actually turning and fleeing, like they're trying to get out of the battle in just a sheer desperate panic. All right, so Axewort has a sort of a counter thing here. The bottleneck situation's gone. Things are not going well for them. They are trying to hold their ground. They're trying to defend themselves, and it's just going about as terrible as it could possibly go. Lykar, you're seeing this not far away from you. It's like just there in the Great Hall in front of you. What do you do?
I mean, it's already already a complete route, I mean, I can smoke a bunch of them, I guess, and finish them off.
It's up to you. What do you do?
Yeah. What are you thinking? Like, what's the first thing coming to your mind?
Well, I mean, Lykar doesn't really care about the Dwarves, but he doesn't want to see a bunch of non-combatants slaughtered either.
Mm-hmm.
If he casts a spell like, I have that prestidigitation, I can never say that dang word. Can I make...
Remember the word digit in the middle. Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Can he use that to, like, talk real loud?
Okay.
Like super loud so everybody can hear?
Uh-huh.
Boom your voice, yeah.
Okay. And what are you saying?
I want to tell the clan Axewort to surrender and don't make orphans of all your children. You know, they need you. They're scared to death. You know, lay down your arms, basically.
But say it in primordial so they don't understand you. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
All right.
What did they say?
Okay.
I think I heard open up in there somewhere.
You speak this with this booming, arcane, enhanced voice. You're speaking in common?
Yeah.
All right. Make an intimidation check.
Okay. Let's see. Intimidation. +4. 22. 18 + 4.
Okay. You're not sure if they understood you, but you certainly terrified a number of them. And you see additional members of Clan Axewort, combatant and non, fleeing from the general direction of Lykar. And it's a complete nightmare to them. Noxiqual, do you have something?
Oh yeah, I have something.
Okay.
First question though, I have to ask: do I see a skeleton with a crazy huge bow shooting like black tar arrows into this combat?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's why you're the
17.
leader of the group.
Well,
I'll-
if Drake spots him, he would be going after him as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I said it on my turn. I didn't want to give you guys ideas that, you know.
Steal your
God
glory.
damn you want that inspiration, though.
Well,
But that means you have to start us off on the recap.
What's your perception?
17.
17. All right. You look around. It's
Chaos.
Axewort's in chaos. I mean, there's still some of their numbers remaining and fighting, but these are just the guys that are just the stubborn. They're going to fight to the bitter end. But a quick survey of this Great Hall is Axewort's in chaos.
But I don't see.
Norgal's Rock is like they're just riding the wave of bloody victory. You do not, throughout all of that, you do not see a skeletal archer. In fact, you don't see a single skeletal combatant.
I figure he probably took his skeletons and went home, as it were. But here's what I am going to do with my action. Is there just a knot of just Axewort, like archers or something in the back ranks?
There are a few in the back ranks that Norgal's Rock hasn't reached yet, but I mean, they're about ready to get smashed in just a moment. They're like the last, literally the last row, and they're like fixing up they're like getting out their melee weapons and everything.
What I want to do is drop my sickening radiance, 60-foot, whatever bubble, in the back, where I can just get Axewort because it's too far back for and
okay,
yeah.
Sure. It's a little dicey and chaotic, so you might be hitting some allies in there, but
so here's my thought on that.
They can, right?
Well, yeah. Here's my thought. They see the light, stay out of the light, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Except that's a very clear, level-headed thing for a very.
We're in the middle of a battle.
I'll just say this: I had this plan.
I'm rolling for Axewort, and I'm rolling for Norgal's Rock. Axewort, they're the light is certainly hurting them. They're resisting it to the best of their ability.
They're getting exhausted.
But
don't forget.
What's that?
If they fail the save, they're getting exhausted.
They made the save.
Oh,
But
then
they're
they
not
take no damage.
long and oh, they don't even take any damage. Okay.
If they make the save, they take no damage.
Okay. So I mean, you probably got a few guys, but the most of them they staved it off pretty well.
Well, it's every round for 10 minutes.
Norgal's Rock guys, they were just going with too much momentum. They didn't understand what was happening, and they get hazed in your zone there.
Sure.
Let's go to
It's a
Orgrim.
continuous spell, though. Yeah.
Come again?
It's a continuous spell. It'll keep going for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one to use against massive enemies, as we have been seeing, as is evidenced by tonight's session. Orgrim is doing Orgrim stuff. He's shooting out fire bolts and singing the praises of the Emerald Mages and Norgal's Rock. Clan Half Grey has never lost a battle, he claims. He is not at his greatest form with his fire bolts there. Kivish.
All right. So now, before I do anything, I want to say I thought of this at the beginning, and I did not steal any ideas from any people about what I'm about to do. But so is Falorund Half Grey? He's still locked in combat with
Yes.
Turgis Axewort.
Yes.
Who's got the upper hand right now?
It's pretty neck and neck. They're both pretty intense fighters.
Kivish would like to gather a few loyal to Norgal's Rock soldiers and kind of form a ring around them, so that it just sort of becomes clear who's going to end up winning the fight.
Uh-huh. All right, so you've gathered some of the men. There's plenty of them next to you. Like they've just smashed the ones that are in front of them, and you jump out and motion them to follow you. Oh, look, it's Kivish, and he is someone to follow. And you're like forming this ring, kind of hacking your way, forming a ring through enemies to surround Chieftain Turgis Axewort. Drake, what about you?
So are there so any high-value targets or high-ranking targets?
All right, so give me a perception check.
All right. Ooh, that is not that good of a roll, but I can work with that. 17.
Okay. You do a survey, you look, you see what appears to be the last of the Axewort captains, kind of these elite soldiers, and he is in a losing battle. He's outnumbered. His men are at his side, but they're
Assassinate.
not
Gonna shadow step and just take him out.
All right. Make an attack roll with advantage.
Oh, good. That was a bad roll. 11. I get the same number twice.
Okay. Actually, you probably can't shadow step in here, but whatever. We'll just let that slide. All right. So you get in there, and you are actually held off by some of his, other soldiers with him. Let's go to Norgal's Rock. Okay, they are smashing, just absolutely tearing through Axewort. Okay, so you see Clan Axewort is just falling left and right. They are now badly outnumbered, outmatched. The majority of their forces are wounded, slain, running. Those few that are still alive, they are breaking, they are scattering. The battle is done. Like, it is done. Norgal's Rock has absolutely torn through Axewort. On the battle with the two chieftains, they are still pretty well in a deadlock. Steel is screaming against steel. Splinters are flying off of shields. You see sparks flying. They're cursing. They're red in the face. They're huffing. Lykar, You were asking, or you seem to at least pay a little bit of attention to the non-combatants. So it just is what it is. Most of them haven't been attacked because they're not fighting and they're not putting up a fight. Some of them have tried to flee. Some of them are trying to defend themselves in like a feeble manner. Others are like groveling. It's just everything you can imagine that one might conceive of in a moment where you're kind of backed up against the wall by an overwhelming enemy.
Lykar's going to go. He'll stand between the non-combatants and the fight. He's going to let them fight, but I don't know why it irritates him that he doesn't want the women and children to get just slaughtered. So
Okay,
Very good alignment of you.
well, he's not. I mean, he's neutral good, but I mean, he has no problem killing things or blowing up stuff, but
That's a very
Not-
good alignment.
not women and children kind of thing. So he's just going to make sure none of the dwarves get into a frenzy and.
Okay, so you do as you say, and you probably have your booming voice going on. There's not necessarily any Norgal's Rock men attacking the elderly, the women, children, the sickly, just regular Joes that have nothing to do with war at all. But, you know, that's not to say a stray throwing hammer or crossbow bolt may not harm someone. But by and large, the non-combatants are not being directly harmed.
Okay, that's fine.
Noxiqual, you are engulfing some enemies here with your light.
I was going to ask.
They're falling to this.
I was going to ask. Oh, go ahead.
They're falling to this this radiance field wherever you have placed it. Others are trying to like get out of it. It served pretty well, and at this point, it's a hopeless case. So at this point, it's almost just what would your character do in this situation, just for kicks or for storytelling purposes.
Yeah. Well, actually, I had something pretty good that I wanted to run by you. Sickening Radiance, I figure after a few rounds, everyone runs out of it. So it's like, it's a area of don't step into.
Yeah, at this point in time in the battle, the only people in Sickening Radiance are corpses.
Which I'm going to just drop it.
Uh-huh.
It's not a big deal to me. The battle between the chieftains interests me. Let me ask you this. And Noxiqual's not really a fair play kind of guy. But here's the thing. I don't think this has any outward signs, so I want you to I want to run it by you. Phantasmal Killer. It's an illusion spell that you tap into the nightmares of a creature you can see within range and create an illusory manifestation of its deepest fears visible only to that creature.
Yep.
Target must make a wisdom saving throw. A failed save, it becomes frightened for the duration. The end of each of the target's turns before the spell ends has to make a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage.
Okay, I remember this one from 3.5. They've done it a bit different here, but that's to be expected with these kill type spells.
Yeah, it's
all right. So you, as discreetly as you can, use Phantasmal Killer. Make a.
It's 120 feet.
Tell me, like a deception, a stealth. I mean, you're trying to not have anyone notice you casting a spell. Well, there's a lot of distractions around.
Correct, and I'm 120 feet away.
120 feet in a mass battle is not exactly a huge deal. But in any case, give me some sort of skill check. You just tell me
make a deception check
your
for you.
Persuade, your personal style.
All right. So let me just make sure that I have a +9 deception. I'm pretty sure. +8. So that's a 21.
Okay. So you do what you can. I mean, who is exactly paying that close of attention? Maybe someone is, but Noxiqual is just chanting as Noxiqual would do in his particular persuasion.
Unless someone can identify the spell.
I'm going to roll a wisdom saving throw
Yep.
for the enemy
It
chieftain.
might do nothing.
What's your DC?
17.
17?
Yep.
And it's every turn, right?
So first off, it makes him frightened. So he becomes frightened for the duration. At the end of each of his turns before the spell ends, he has to succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 damage.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So he shrieks in terror.
So,
And why wouldn't he be terrified? His forces are being shattered. But it is a
can I
little odd, I
thematically
guess.
overlay his greatest fear on top of the other chieftain?
Okay.
I just think that would be cool.
Okay. So he shrieks in terror. He gets shaky, trembling. He seems to be internally racked and distressed.
So he takes disadvantage on any checks that you roll for him.
Yep.
So
He is still holding his ground.
that's a good thing, I guess, that I'm messing with his head.
Yeah.
Do you want to make another wisdom save at the end of his turn then, I guess? See if I do damage to him.
If he succeeds,
So, if he
the
succeeds,
spell
the spell
ends. Yeah. All right. So he got the fear happened, but the psychic thing didn't happen. He succeeded on that save.
so that ends the spell.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's a
he's
pretty
gonna
bad
have a freak out moment, really. What
It's not a
about
very good
what about Kivish? You and Orgrim rally the men and complete the circle around the two dueling chieftains.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to steal the honor from Falaran Halfgrey. He is a dwarf. He is bound by their codes of honor, but he is waiting for Turgis Axewort to go down because of what he's going to do when that happens.
Okay. So you've got a little something brewing inside the mushroomy brain of yours.
Indeed.
And at this point, it's basically just a ring of Norgal's Rock around these two that are fighting. The battle's over for Axewort. I'm gonna roll.
Just fight
I'm
it
gonna
out.
roll a final check for the two chieftains.
Yep.
Falaran Halfgrey buries his axe into the head of Turgis Axewort. And with that, the chieftain of Clan Axewort is no more. The aftermath. Oh, did you have an immediate thing that you wanted to do?
So now Kivish is going to lean down and say to Falaran Halfgrey, if you would permit me, and pick up that heirloom axe and raise it above his head and speak in a magically enhanced voice. All you of Axewort, lay down your arms. And yes, I know, out of character, most of that's already happened. Lay down your arms and follow me. The Mer Queen has forsaken you, and in the light of the dreams of Morpheus you shall be saved if you take no further hostile action against us. And he's gonna like try and go round up as many Axewort people as will follow him.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. Yes.
All right. Not wonderful at that.
Neither is Kivish.
What do you have on a result?
Oh, is that really? Wow. Well, so that
one, or is that
Nat 20.
Nice.
That was like,
Sometimes you get those. It's
Yeah.
a big deal.
So you pick up.
so for a grand total
You
of
pick
20.
up the Axewort. You
Or
pick up. Yep. You pick up the heirloom axe. You raise it. At first, Turgis and a few of the others have this you impetuous Kivish look on your face. But then you give your speech, and
So
You-
wouldn't Turgis just have more of a look on his face on account of the axe buried in his head?
half great. Faller end, half great.
Oh, okay.
After
Sorry,
the
you said
dwarves,
Turgis.
they're taken aback by your impetuous move, but they soon come to smirk as a number of Axewort clansmen pledge their allegiance. They throw down their arms. They say, "This clan was cursed from the beginning. Lead us, Kivish, into a new era of prosperity." Others grovel and beg. Others are crying. There are a few stubborn ones that they don't go for it no matter what, and like they literally
Eldritch
they
blast them.
fight until they are
Guards.
killed. Roll a d8.
Ooh. 8. By the way.
Okay. And then roll. This is probably needs to be a lot. Actually, I don't even want to have you roll on this next one. So you have 8 of the Axewort militiamen that are like completely okay with what you just said. Like they're in. Like, okay, we're not going to die, and we're done with this like bitter, cursed clan. This is amazing. They think it's fantastic. And then these non-combatants, I'm not going to give a specific figure, but like
Right.
a good number of them as well are okay with this idea. Like visibly looks of alleviation are in their eyes. So you have yourself a group, sort of clutch of dwarves who are completely okay with some new fealty or allegiance to you're not with Half Grey, you're with Alder. Yeah, with Clan Alder.
So, are all 3 of the great clan chieftains in the room?
Yes, they are.
Excellent. Kivish wants to summon a little battlefield meeting of like a little impromptu mini clans mood.
In the middle of a battlefield.
Not really clans
Get all
mood,
the
more like just
together
chieftains
where they can
meeting.
fireball.
Well, the battle's over.
So it is the ending stages of the battle. I mean, it's over, but there's obviously a lot of things that will get meted out from here. Let me ask you, do you think this is something that would be important for us to roleplay right now? Or is it something that we can...
It can happen later on. Yeah.
It can happen later? Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's not going to kill the mojo or the momentum or the spirit of it, let's pause this. It's like a fantastic ending place. Let's see. There was not a substantial amount of challenge in that last scene. However, it was a very important story-based moment. So you all each have achieved another milestone.
Whole milestone. Oh, nice.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Holy
And do we normally do our voting for inspiration off camera or on?
You've been trying to have us do it on, but last couple of times we've had to do it off.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody, if you can just bear with us a little bit here, let's do it on camera. Let's do it. Just do a quick vote. Let's not
also
like
need to get
take
Nick
a long
back.
time. Oh yeah, Nick. Where is Nick? All right. So Nick's not even here. Let's do the vote then off camera. Though I did also make a note of doing an end of stream giveaway. Yeah. And I think this is a fantastic idea. I probably should have mentioned it at the beginning to tell people if you'll stay with us to the end. But I imagine there's at least somebody with us now.
There's
So,
3 people.
3 people.
At
The
least.
first person to comment in the chat, you're going to get a little something special, courtesy of me. Not from our own group.
Aw.
My screen says there are 17 people currently watching.
Oh wow. I must be not seeing all the people. Oh, there's 16.
Violet! Hey! Okay, cool. I'm so happy that you commented. You have been a long time watcher. Okay, Violet, here, I'm gonna put my email for you. Just my regular esperthebard@gmail.com. Send me an email if you would, and I will. I'll get you a little something that you might enjoy for fantasy-loving purposes, or perhaps something you can use in your D&D game. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you guys for gaming with me, and we'll do our off-camera post-game huddle.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Thanks for watching.